Yeah, Obi-Wan plays. We back for the next track. We on the attack. You need to fall back. You about to fall flat. It's just like that. Why? It's that rat-tat-tat-tat. Yeah. Rat-tat-tat-tat. Splat-tat-tat-tat. You cannot stop me, I'm better than that. Better than you, ink on your shoe. You trying to get me, I'm faster than you. Make you say ooh, covered in glue. You trying to get me, my skills is the truth. Rat-tat-tat-tat, splat-tat-tat-tat. My squad is the truth, we dressed in all black. Your squad can't compare, we fly as the air. Try and defeat us, get splatted, I swear. Ink all around, you testing me how? Trying to win, your face in the ground. Rat-tat-tat-tat, splat-tat-tat-tat. You running, you scared? Too late for that, you can't run nowhere. Your eyes I see fear, you wanted the crown, my king's everywhere. Rat-tat-tat-tat, splat-tat-tat-tat. We winning this match? Fact. Rat-tat-tat-tat, splat-tat-tat-tat. We taking you out just like a gnat. Rat-tat-tat-tat, splat-tat-tat-tat. Go cry to your mama and take that nap. We winning this match, you just fall back. Regroup and reload, but you still getting stacked. How you come at me now? When you see me, you bow. Put respect on my name or you will say ow, ow. Yeah, ow. You gonna say ow. Obi-Wan, stop splatting me with the ink, man. You're too good, and I'm too bad.
What is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? Where's my Labo hat? I don't have my, oh, just put on the go. No, I gotta go get my Labo hat. But dudes, E3 has officially started, dudes. It has officially started. Why? This is the Splatoon 2 US Canada 2018 Championships. This is the live stream. This is a live feed. It's coming on. It's starting, supposed to be starting right now. It's 11 a.m. This is the live feed from Nintendo's channel. And the winner of this match, of these matches, goes on to E3. And so this is it. This is gonna be hype. Let me go get my Labo hat, bro. Hold on. Well, I have no idea what I did with my Labo hat. The screen isn't frozen. I just left. I put on my Goku hat. The next best thing, when you don't have Labo, you have Goku. Alright, so it is so cool. Oh, also for dudes coming in, if you want to join a great Nintendo Switch gaming community, you want to get on my Switch friend list, you want to hang out, game with your boy every day, gonna be gaming with the sponsors this evening. Don't know what game I'm gonna play, and not tonight, but this evening, maybe around, I don't know. No, it is gonna be tonight, probably around 8 o'clock. I'm gonna be gaming with the sponsor, Heavy G. Yo, what's up, dude? If you want to game with your boy every single day, become a sponsor. I'm giving away a free $10 eShop digital code to every new sponsor as a welcome gift to our awesome community, the OGC Obi-Wan Plays Gaming Championships. And we're having a $150 prize 2K tournament tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow we will be having a $150 NBA 2K18 tournament on the Nintendo Switch. Let's go get it. Great gaming community. Let's go. E3 is starting today. Jacob Van Bovin. Bro. This is the E3 preliminaries. The winning team today goes on to E3. Let's go, dudes. Let's go.
Everybody,
It's on.
Splatoon 2 U.S. Canada Inkling Open 2018 Finals.
This is
Jordan
it.
Kent alongside 9 holes. We're excited for the action that we have coming.
I got that
today.
Nintendo. I should have put on my
Last
Nintendo
week,
shirt.
Over 550 teams participated in the Open.
Wow.
We whittled it down to 8 finalists.
Over
Among the
550
finalists, we got a
teams
winner's side
and
a
only
loser's
8
side in a
finalists.
pseudo-double
They need to turn up their
elimination
audio, Nintendo.
Now, the champion of today will be playing for some pretty high stakes. They'll get a chance to represent their region in the Splatoon 2
$5 from the homie
Now,
Heavy
take a look
G.
at how the tournament will work
Heavy.
out. We've got a winner's side.
Bro, I
Get a
see it. I
chance
see it.
to
The super
lose a
chat didn't
match.
go
Each
through
match
though.
will be best 3 out of 5. Now,
Let me
on the
let me
loser's side,
edit
if
it.
you lose one,
Shout out to Heavy
go
G
ahead
for
and
the
swim on outta here.
$5, bro.
We'll take a look at all the action
Bro,
taking place
thanks,
here shortly,
Heavy.
but you look
I'm
at
gonna get the
these
notification
teams,
to come
and where
up
do we
soon.
begin, Nine, as far
I
as
gotta
you're
reset my
concerned?
plugin.
Well, through all the
be
Cinderella
tripping,
stories,
bro.
all the upsets that we saw last week, the top 4 teams finished in that winner's side you were talking about there. Quantum.
You take a look at Quantum,
Yeah.
set to destroy. You've got Tomo and Saikai.
Okay,
as well.
I don't know
Teams
any
that
of these
really
teams'
stand out.
names, so I don't know
Starting with
who.
set to destroy. What it makes them
Gonna
so
win.
good, because if you're looking for a dialogue in this tournament, they are
Gaming.
the big bad wolf of these 8 teams here today.
Well, they're a team of ones, to use a term from other sports there.
It's
all the
cool
way
to
up
watch
and
them
down,
too
built
because
with
you
star
learn some
power.
things about
They've been
Splatoon, man.
consistent, practicing
These
against
dudes
the
are real
best
good.
Teams that they can find. Pengit, you see on the blasters as well. Hexen, a very versatile player. Fuzzy. Everywhere you look there, it's star-studded from
Let's
top
go.
to bottom.
So
there.
they got it.
There's
It
a
must be
reason
a
that
good
they've had the
team.
dominating run that they've had.
And you continue to take a look at what
4-9.
makes these teams so good. And yes,
So
Set
this
to
should be
Destroy
pretty
maybe
hype,
we
man. This should be
understand
pretty
that
hype.
They might be the favorites coming in. But you take a look at some teams like Quantum, Tomo, and what about Saikai? What stands out to you about Saikai and what they
Saikai. I don't know who Saikai
Unconventional.
is.
They are very aggressive. Even now, as the game is starting to slow down a little bit, we're seeing those long-range weapons creep back into the meta. They refuse
go.
to switch. They are going to be in your face. They're going to run
Let's
at
go.
your goal, run at the objective, and rely on their technical ability and skill to make plays happen.
Select.
Now you look at the loser side of the bracket, and still
Uh-oh.
they're one of the top 8 teams
That's it.
representing U.S. and Canada. So some very talented teams. Are there any underdogs? when
Still
you
didn't
look
play.
at the
There it
loser
is.
side of this
Heavy
bracket?
G,
Might
$5
really make a
through Super
surprise,
Chat.
maybe some people
Thanks,
that our
Heavy.
fans can
Thanks,
rally behind.
brah.
The team that
Appreciate
you're
it,
gonna
bro.
watch for is Synergy. I know you're a big fan of Tim. Tim last year from Deadbeat, that E3.
I don't know any of
champion.
these dudes.
He's back here, and he is on Synergy along with Resman.
Let's
a fan
go.
favorite sniper
Let's
who
go.
gained
This is
his brand
dude.
as
This is
well.
hype.
2 great frontline
This
players.
is
They have
hype.
A ton of star power, and if they had not run into Tomo there at the very end of their run last week, they might be in the winner's side.
We want to remind you, last week it was all turf war, but today.
And shout out to Mark was the newest sponsor. Shout out to Mark for becoming a sponsor. Mark will be getting a $10 eShop digital code for becoming a sponsor. Shout out to Mark, the newest sponsor.
Familiar with the competitive scene, but Nine, we also have some
Let's go.
folks that are maybe checking out the competitive side of Splatoon for the first time.
Hey.
As best as you can generalize, what makes these teams so good? Why have they been able to really rise to the top when you look at over 550 teams that tried to take on all these challengers last week?
Well, the main thing is
550
composure, right? The
teams.
ability to stay calm even as the opponent is trying to run you down.
And
even if they
Danielle
take your
is the
side of
newest
map, the ability to stay
subscriber.
composed, to know
Thanks,
what routes to
Danielle.
take to get back in, to know what the important parts of the map are. if
Make your
you're
name a
moving
little
back
bigger,
in.
Danielle.
And then beyond that, it's just recognizing what the opponent is doing here. You play so many games, you log so many hours here, you understand what they're going to try to do before they do it. Then it just comes down to technical skill. Can you hit
Technical
the shots
skills.
you
Do
need
you
to
got
hit?
the
Can you
skills?
execute your game plan?
Yeah, it's such a good point. It's a fine balance between the ability to not only just
All right.
be so good with your
We're waiting
game
for
and all
these
that
dudes to
tactile
go
movement,
at it,
the
man.
communication and the understanding,
Come on.
recognition of everything that's going on. So keep an eye out for that. We'll certainly call that out for you. Just as a reminder, our champion today will represent the region in the Splatoon 2
Bro,
World Champion.
Winner today goes
Go
to
ahead and get started with
E3.
the action. We're gonna
Winner
start
today
with
goes
the
to
matches coming from the
E3.
Losers bracket. It'll be Vitamin C versus Komodo, and we're going to be doing Rainmaker.
Bro,
in Gobi Arena.
The name of the
Now,
team
you
is
look at the
Vitamin
makeup of
C.
Vitamin C, Komodo. What stands out to you about these?
I wanna
two
see these
squads
dudes
as they
go
get set
at
to
it,
face
man.
off head to head here.
Well, interestingly enough, they're very similar compositions. Both teams have 2 typical frontliners there. You see Pixel and Mullen on Komodo. They have been a dynamic duo prowling the front lines since Splatoon 1. On the other side, you've got Emmy and Lily running together, doing the same sort of game plan.
Bro, we got a
So
lot
I
of
think
girl
this match is
gamers
gonna
on
be
that
which
Splatoon that
frontline
represent,
duo
man,
can
and that are
succeed more
real
than
good in
other
the
one.
game.
Sometimes you have to simplify it as winning your 1v1s or your 2v2s. I think looking
Oh,
at that
man,
right
this is
now,
gonna be
Komodo
so hype.
probably has the edge, but we said that last week too.
Signature Studio. Thanks for subscribing, Signature. We got a double Mario, bro.
Dragging me along because let's be honest, we're not even in the same atmosphere when it comes to your ability and my ability. You were much better. But you talked about Rainmaker, how especially with these high-level
Let's go
competitive
get it,
games,
man.
how matches are either
Hope you and your
decided
family's
in the
having a
first 20
fantastic
seconds
day.
or
Thanks,
at the 4:59.
Dream64. Having a great day.
Things can
I hope you
stagnate
having a
very
good day.
quickly in Rainmaker.
Who's
You
gonna
pick up
win
the
this
rate
match?
that the
Are you
opposing
gonna
team
who's
starts getting
for
better
Vitamin C
rapidly. So
or
you don't
Komodo?
make quick decisive
I
moves.
got
The opposing
to.
team is going to be able to
I gotta
push
root for
that
Vitamin C
that
for this one,
dog
just because of their
roll.
creative
Rainmaker's
name.
on a timer.
Vitamin
Takes too
C
long.
and the
Only
C
gets
is spelled
done.
SEA.
And I'm
Come
sure
on,
Komodo
man.
probably
How
uses
creative
a
is
lot,
that?
and
I don't know if
should say
Komodo's
terms.
probably
You
going to be
look
the
at
better team,
front line,
but
you look at flex, you look
Vitamin
at
C,
back
that's who
line.
I'm rooting for.
Break those down for us. Why are those positions so important to really
Okay,
have someone
Heavy.
take control of those for each team?
Well,
Yeah.
starting from the back line, it's important that you have an anchor to kind of keep things together when all goes
Thanks
south.
for
Splat
the
is a popular
support,
backline pick right now
dude.
because
Heavy
it
G.
influences the middle,
Thanks for the
when you
support,
need
Heavy
to
G.
curve. But if you need to super jump back in, it's there for you as well. Flex can kind of rotate between front line and back line. Not really a true role,
Let's
but
go.
it shows how versatile some of these players are. And frontliners, hey, someone's got to make something happen. Someone's got to go in, use that dive comp for lack of a better term. So we'll be looking forward to see that as this game gets started.
Let's
And
go.
obviously plenty of abilities that these players can go ahead and use with their clothing that they want to put on. When you look at the different abilities you might use
Speed!
for Rainmaker, the
Swim
first thing that
speed.
comes to mind, let's
Swim
start with those
speed.
kind of frontline players that you
You
said are
need
gonna be
speed,
very
swim speed for
aggressive and gonna be
Rainmaker.
looking to get those
Every
first
mode.
initial splats as teams make pushes. Any abilities that
I
really
see
stand out
Vitamin
to you
C
that
in the
players
main
might be
chat.
using?
The quick respawn meta
Raging
is back
Red,
here.
there has
Not
been
the
a
same as it was
YouTube
before,
subscriber
not as
purge.
powerful, but people love the ability
And
to
so
go
a lot of
down
channels,
and then
like,
try to make a
just
super jump
overnight.
back in to
I
make
lost
that play
200
happen
subscribers
if it doesn't go right
overnight
the
just
first
from
time.
YouTube
Quick
and their
super jump
purge.
aids
But a
with
lot
that
of,
that quick
I don't
respawn.
say 200,
And then
but a
from
lot.
there you kind of get a mix.
So,
You have some people
it
who
is what
go
it
with
is,
run
bro.
speed to got to go with that strafe. They'll go with
Crazy
swim
stuff.
speed to
YouTube
try
be
to
doing that
move a little
periodically.
bit quicker with sub-strafing and a lot
Right.
of other fun
Comes with the
advanced technical
territory.
movements here. But it really does come down to what your preference is and what weapon you're using. If you use something like an NZAP 85 that has that ink armor,
NZAP
we'll see people
85.
run special charge
I want to
to
see
provide
what
more
weapons these
protection.
boys are using.
As we
I
said,
expect
we're
to
getting
see a lot of
our first
NZAP
match. We're just
85s,
making sure all the
a couple of
technical issues
52
are all
gals,
taken
52
care of.
gals,
Here we
alright.
go. When you look at a team like
Um,
everybody online, it's a lot of moving pieces. We've
great
got a wonderful
weapons.
crew that's working really hard.
Dually
That's
squelchers.
beautiful for you.
The dually
Get set for the
squelchers,
action.
that's gonna
I
be
do wanna
that. Those
continue
should
to
be in
talk about some of the
rotation.
main strategy here, because
And
for
you
me,
might
it's
have a
really
couple of
eye-opening to continue to
snipers.
play with you, to play with a high-level
Man, I
player,
want to see some
really
good
understand what
Splatoon.
you guys are thinking about.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Goes into the
y'all
subs
are about to
set.
see some high-level
When you look at
Splatoon
the subs
matches.
for Rainmakers, we get set for Rainmaker at Gobi Arena. Any particular subs that stand out to you as far as what teams might
I think
be
they said they're working
deciding
on
to use to really help out in Rainmaker? Because it's one of those games where there's
subs.
a lot of splats back and forth as you sort of
Splash Wall is good for
back
Rainmaker.
and forth and either defend or
Splash
be
Wall is
aggressive.
good for
I
Rainmaker.
like that word.
So
So you were
suction
talking
bombs are good for
yesterday
any
as we were
mode.
playing about how strong you felt suction bomb was. You could
Yeah, I just
throw
said
it,
suction
use
bomb,
that
and he
as
said
aerial
he said
denial,
it suction
and
bomb.
that is going to be the one that we see a lot. I think
Dr.
suction bomb and
G,
splat
Dre
bomb both
G,
are
thanks
two
for
of the most
subscribing,
popular
Dre
subs
G.
right now, and they happen to be on very popular weapons. as well. So
Turkey,
it's a
what's
kind of
up,
a
dude?
symbiotic
He said you're back
relationship
from the
between the two.
military.
Outside
That's
that,
what's
I'm
up,
very
bro.
interested in
I'm
seeing
glad
how
you're
the
back,
Sprinkler
safe
performs. It's on
and
two very
sound,
popular weapons,
bruh.
the Splatling and the Slosher Deco as well, but it did get nerfed in the most recent patch, so I'll be interested in seeing if teams still opt to go
Dr.
for that.
G,
And
thanks
you
for
mentioned
subbing.
that most recent patch that came out, which is crazy because it came out in between last week when we had the 550 teams qualifying down to the final 8. Any other noticeable changes in that patch that stand out to you that might impact what we see taking place
Whew.
today in the finals?
Let's
Well, you know
go,
what I'm gonna
man.
say right now,
Also,
that
for everyone
Stingray,
tuning
for
in,
all of you
let's
who
give
have
this
suffered
video
the
a
wrath of
thumbs
Stingray
up,
for so
thumbs
long.
up.
Yes,
Let's
and
get this
everybody
video
raise
over
their hand
100
right now.
likes.
But
Over 100
it's
likes.
a nice
Let's go
nerf.
do
It's
it.
not going to take
Let's
it
do
out.
it,
I don't
boys.
expect the picks to change at all. Every team is still going to be running
Hey.
a Stingray. It's
Hey.
still a mandatory pick
Hey.
in your comp.
Hey.
But with that 10%
Hey.
damage reduction, there's a little bit of a chance that you can get away. It's just a nice little bit. and not being able to use it inside of the safety of your spawn circle, that invincible barrier, I think will make a big deal. You'd see a lot of times that people would jump back into that spawn circle at the end of Rainmaker or at the end of tower control and use that as more or less an auto win condition, because you couldn't do anything about the Stingray. Infinite range, you can see where the enemy objective is, just end the game right there. Now you can do something. You can't do a lot, but at least
Can't
there's
do a
an
lot.
opportunity
Let's
to
go.
play.
And we'll get a chance to also see the new game mode, Clam Blitz. And I'm
Clam
excited,
Blitz
as
is
I
hype.
said, because we haven't really seen a lot of
Clam Blitz
high-level
is pretty hype.
competition with Clam Blitz, just because it's been such a new game mode. As we look at that, and we'll see that coming here eventually, I believe that's going to be our second game as we get set in this first match.
Yes.
Clam Blitz isn't one of my favorite modes, but it's cool. What's up to everybody coming in? I want to see a Dynamo roller. I guess we can, and that's what's so great about Splatoon, man. Balanced. A balanced shooter. You can really dominate with any weapon if you're good.
Everyone in the map can see what's going on.
Early E3, what's up, Nobi Roger? That's right. We got that Splatoon tournament. Hey, what's up, Dream64?
That's really the
What up, dude?
Splashdown performs a similar function, though it's not quite as versatile. And Bubbles. Bubbles have fallen out of favor recently.
Bubbles!
Like Splat Zones, they have got a little bit of nerf. They don't paint quite as well as they used to. However, it's still great if you need a moving barrier to get that football closer to the goal.
Well, big props to our technical crew. They're really pulling a lot of strings behind the scenes.
Oh.
And it's ready to go, and we're getting the thumbs up right now.
Thumbs
up.
up.
Take a look at our first round. It's going to be Vitamin
Okay, let's
C
see. Look at the
versus
round.
Komodo.
Vitamin C.
Take a look. It's
I'm
be
going for
Rainmaker,
Vitamin C,
Gobi Arena,
just because they have a
followed
cool
by
name.
Clam Blitz at Ink Blot Art Academy, Tower Control at Snapper Canal, and then if necessary, Splat Zones on the Reef, and then Rainmaker at Port.
Wow. Let's go, man.
As we said,
this is going to be pretty cool. This is going to be pretty cool.
Once again. And this is one that we were playing a little 1v1 Rainmaker practicing yesterday, which, listen, as exciting as that is, it can't compare to 4-on-4 Rainmaker. What stands out to you about Gobi Arena, especially when you're on Rainmaker mode?
I mean, at a glance, you can see the verticality of this map. It's very easy to get your Splatling or maybe a range blaster.
These guys are about to splat it up.
Blaster.
Austin, how do I get the $10 eShop code for become a Patreon? Once you become a Patreon, you're gonna get you gotta get into our Discord chat. You're gonna get an invite right on Patreon. You're gonna get an invite into our Discord chat, which is the chat right above me, and I'm gonna be DMing you the deets. But every new sponsor gets a free $10 eShop digital code just for becoming a sponsor. Let's go.
And you said it right. Gobi Arena is very unique because you have a lot of uninkable areas.
Are they about to start? I hear. I hear.
You got that gate.
This is it. Vitamin C.
All right, let's get rolling with our first round of the Splatoon 2 U.S.-Canada Inkling Open 2018 Finals.
Let's go get it.
Versus Komodo. Let's take a look at the map right
Vitamin
now.
C
Both
versus
teams are
Komodo. Let me see what these
middle
dudes
of the
do,
arena.
boy.
And the loadouts. Go ahead and take a look at Vitamin C.
And I like the spectator mode, man.
No splats yet. 15 seconds in, and what do you?
Nobody's touching that Rainmaker. Let me see what weapons. Oh, you're gonna see a lot of tri-slashers. Oh, what did he take him out with? Oh, N-Zap, N-Zap. My dude's using the N-Zap.
Vitamin C with the early snag of the Rainmaker. They take a slight advantage.
Every team has to have at least one N-Zap user. What's up, Greninja? This is hype.
Nobody yet getting splat, but there's that first inkjet, as you mentioned, and Komodo playing some fine defense.
Every team has to have one N-Zap with a ink armor. It's a must, bro. Rollers? You don't see. I don't see too many I don't see nearly as many rollers in Splatoon 2 as I did in Splatoon 1. Splatoon 1 carbon rollers dominating.
Rainmaker giving them a 65 to 88 advantage, but nice defense yet again from Vitamin C as you take a look at that
Emmy with the slasher.
That bubbler's ready to go. 4-3 on the field advantage right now for Vitamin C as we're 1 minute.
Come on, Vitamin C.
That's really going to be that marker. We talked yesterday about certain maps having this spot on them that you have to get past. If you don't get past that mark, it's going to be very dangerous, and it's going to be a lead that you can't
Bro, they set up Splatoon for like big tournaments like this with the spectator mode. Spectator mode is so dope.
59-88 lead for Komodo in the purple right now. We take a look at Pixel with that inkjet ready to go.
Oh, she has an inkjet. Oh, she couldn't use use her inkjet. Bro, that's so annoying when you're ready to
we now see Vitamin C trying to move the
get
Rainmaker
your
forward.
thing going.
Oh, and just one slight move away from taking the lead here.
Oh, man.
Vesper is the real inking master on this team. You see on that end zap, if you're running that end zap 85, the role is to keep the map your color. And to
What weapon is that?
did just that there and had the presence of mind.
Oh, using the old school.
Inkjet at this point.
I have to say this,
Komodo with a slight 1-point advantage over Vitamin C.
Tentatek Spatter Shop is still solid.
This first round of Rainmaker at Gobi Arena.
Oh, we're gonna play. I thought this is it. This is the
They've
U.S.
got the
championships.
ramp. They
I just saw it
lead,
today, bro.
48-60.
Is it good? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna go watch Avengers soon.
And I said yesterday, not
jamming.
all 2v2s are created equal. That time, great presence.
My dude said not 2v2s are all created
on the right
equal.
side of the map and to increase that lead a little bit further.
It's a little bit of a vanilla ice cream on the field right now. 4-4 with only one special. Nothing crazy going on, but 48-60 slight advantage for Komodo as we take a look at Mullen right now. 4-3 on the field for Komodo, and neither team really able to get that substantial wipe to get a major push yet here, 9.
And we talked about how it can go 4:59 or be 20 minutes here, and that's exactly what we've seen. After some
NZAP, let me see this NZAP user. S. Lily, let me see you. Oh, she got splattered by the Rainmaker shield. She should have saw that coming.
Which is the Rainmaker shield. As we now come
she should have saw that coming.
We saw the 4-1 advantage momentarily for Komodo. Now it's 3-2 with the special ready for Komodo. Komodo trying to make a substantial push here, but the Rainmaker going to go ahead and stop on the stairs and hang out as A, getting the nice little splat with the roller. Meanwhile, if you are Vitamin C, you've got to play a little bit more defense. There's only a minute and a half left. You have to start thinking offense here soon.
They have to do a better job of pairing up. You see Egg here waiting at the top, trying to pick out a target and jump in, but Egg's got to be careful. If they jump in by themselves here,
using that baller.
Will help.
Booyah!
Picked out and taken down.
Get wrecked with the baller.
Pairing up and identifying targets.
What's up, dudes?
3-3 on the field. A special ready to go for Vitamin C as well, too. But
woo!
With the splash.
A triple!
There's a
4 down. This should be a great push. They should be able to make it past.
Big push.
Go ahead and miss as this goes a little further.
Wow. Did y'all see that triple?
That pedestal. 28 is going to be very tough to beat.
And that's what you talk about. There's a certain point on every map where it's really hard to get past that point.
Vitamin C is not looking good for Vitamin C right now.
You can really focus on some defense.
Come on, Vitamin C.
Did
they take their Vitamin C before they started?
We're down just to the final 30 seconds. However, Vitamin C, they've got the Rainmaker. They've got 3 players on the field. And they're trying to make one more push to try and take this first match.
There's just too much pressure coming out from Komodo. Mullen does go down there, as well as Opapi. Great stuff there by Egg. But you saw how they refused to go back to the middle. There's a difference between defense and being passive, and that was defense.
Komodo playing some fine defense right there. Defense. Getting the splat. 4-3 on the field. Komodo, they're leading 28-60. Looking to take this first game. We're going to head into overtime. Vitamin C with that Rainmaker.
Overtime.
Down some ink from up above.
But
some type of
Komodo got this.
That Inkjet
Komodo. You can tell Komodo look like they're just a better team.
Komodo goes and takes the first one. They'll go ahead and put one on the scoreboard for themselves. And
Kiefer Sadi. Thanks for subbing. And Irving Beville. Thanks for subbing. I got 2 different sub alerters going on right now. But both of these dudes just subs.
You can stagger the opponent where
and Irving Beville. We got you, Irving.
If it's a mode like Splat Zones, you want that stagger because 1, obviously less threatening than 4. But in something like Rainmaker, you want to take down all 4 at the same time.
Kafir Sadi, thanks for subscribing.
Was they played the map better. They knew how to set themselves
double
up
clap
once they got
from Mario.
We
you get them doubles.
from
What's up, Cam Boyd? What's up in the main chat?
Have the follow-up. Komodo's whole game was follow-up.
This is pretty dope. That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope. First match was pretty dope.
Komodo the 4-0 advantage on the field, allowed them to move the Rainmaker because especially in Gobi Arena, you can get it deep into the enemy territory, but then there's a lot of uninkable territory where you're going upstairs and up ramps, which really slows down your progress. It's not the typical map where you can go ahead and just get a clean sweep and get straight to the goal.
It's a very unique map, one that I'm glad
Raptor, bro. Thanks for subbing, Raptor. You get the slow clap Mario.
See that on Rainmaker because it really is unique.
Fast clap Mario should come up too.
Clam Blitz on Ink Blot Art Academy, and as I told you, I am stoked for some high-level Clam Blitz. as you take a look at what these teams will be doing, the different strategies, because really the meta hasn't been super defined yet for Clam Blitz. There's still a lot of strategies being figured out at the highest level.
Nobi Rogers says, guys, be sure to sub to Obi-Wan Plays. Do you know which team is U.S. and Canada? I think they're combined. Like some teams have both U.S. and Canadian players because they counted as one region for the tournament. We in there, boys.
It's open. It's very
They got no commentating skills like you. You're right, Cosby. You see the homie Cosby? You're right, Cosby. Their skills are not on your level.
Maybe you get a football and a couple extra clams. But
you're right.
So quickly, and you're gonna
Kendon, king of cinnamon rolls. Thanks for subbing, bro. Kendon.
The weapon you choose.
You're right. Cosby. They're not on your level, Cosby.
And just zip around the map. Others, however, still stick with their core weapons.
They not on your level, boy.
I don't anticipate a lot of change because this is a very small and closed map.
All right, let's go. Clam Blitz. I hate Clam Blitz. Oh, I mean, I don't hate it, but I'm S+ in every mode. I haven't even touched one ranked match of Splat Clam Blitz. Let's go.
Art Academy. Let's go ahead.
Let's
let you know what color each team's
I don't like Clam
Blitz. We'll let you know here in just a moment. Looks like Komodo is going to be yellow.
Komodo.
C in the blue, and looking at the loadouts, as you said, not many major changes.
Let's see what weapons they're working up. NZAP. Somebody's using a rapid blaster. Splatter Shot Pro. Both teams have an NZAP. NZAP is a must, brah. If you play this Splatoon, NZAP 85 with
the football already, just
ink armor is a must.
You talk about these teams, and it seems like they do a great job of sharing clams.
Let's
and
go.
making sure that rather than all 4 players having 6 clams, they can have a couple at least get that football.
And you need to have
could have chose 3 of the sponsors to get in there. In the Splat. I know, bro. Next year, if they do it next year, we might train and have the OGC up in there, boy. We might have the OGC up in there, boy. We'll need 4 and then 5, 1 alternate. Maybe, bro. Maybe.
A very fine job of just being patient.
Yeah, if we get the Jedi squad together, you're right, Avivo guy. You're right, dude.
As we already have our first barrier being broken.
They need to have like online were there online qualifiers? No, they didn't do it. Oh, there were. I think there were. I just didn't even try to do it.
Staying alive just long enough there to kind of keep Komodo pushed back. If Emmy had gone down too quickly there,
this is dope, man.
A pseudo 4-down situation. And
for everyone tuning in, thumbs up this video. Let's get this stream over 100 likes, boy. 100 likes.
That's what you mentioned. First football going through the uprights 4.
We could do it. We can do it.
Lead. However, you see that +10 penalty though.
Clam Blitz is like so like all over the place, man.
We go ahead and see Pixel with the football. 2 footballs on the field right now.
Pixel got 2 footballs on the field.
And 9, this is when you look at getting your specials ready and trying to get that numbers advantage.
And I don't like what Vitamin C did there. They ran it just a little bit too far. Emmy salvaging the situation with the takedown on that inkjet, but you have to be careful. You can't rush headlong.
OGC for the win. I see you, Turkey.
2 or 3 of them go down. They still have 2
yeah, Dream 64. You could spectate in Splatoon. It's a cool mode. It's a cool feature. This isn't just a tournament feature. You can spectate in Splatoon, which is pretty cool. I love it.
Have the first launch for Komodo that's going to go ahead and tie.
But I think it's only in private battles.
You're looking at Vitamin C trying to play some defense, protecting this house, but no, a second football getting launched for Komodo. They now take the advantage, 60 to 80.
Second football.
We reach the halfway point here in Inkblot Art Academy.
Using that slasher.
There was Opapi there on that rapid blaster, sitting back below that doorstep.
Slasher.
That mid-range pressure.
Over 1,000 likes. I see you, Springful. Cool, Springful. Anime, you haven't played Splatoon for a minute? Splatoon is so hype, bro.
Trying to make some way.
Splatoon is so hype, bro.
Football quite yet for Vitamin C.
Man, I can't wait for Mario Tennis, man. Mario Tennis needs to hurry up and come out.
4-4 on the field. 2 specials ready to go for Vitamin C. 1 for Komodo. We're under 2 minutes left here.
Under 2 minutes left.
But you see the
gets taken
Komodo,
out.
10 for Vitamin C, as neither team really able to establish a huge advantage right now, as it looks like we've got our first Vitamin C player trying to make a push, but no, defended well by Pixel in that inkjet.
And that really all started when Egg went down just a little bit
Exact getting the X rank is going to be pretty tough.
by themselves, it's going to be very difficult to make a
But you can do it,
push,
bro.
As we see Komodo immediately erase.
There were qualifiers.
Komodo
Yeah, I didn't
breaking
even
the barrier.
think
That's
about it,
gonna get rid of
Amiibo
the penalty
guy.
right there, 80-60, 116 left in this one. Komodo with the advantage. They're trying to steal the second game.
Let's go.
However, Vitamin C trying to hang alive and even things up. If they can go ahead and get a couple footballs launched in, you see an active football on the field for Vitamin C. Just under a minute left. Lily trying to avoid some of the splatterings of Ink. chasing
Lily
them.
trying to avoid
Lily
the
trying to go
splattering.
to the middle right now, establish a little bit more of a perimeter. 4-4 on the field, under a minute left. But
Somebody got it.
With a bubble blower ready
Bubble,
to go.
bubble.
So you see the ink armor coming in
Bullet.
here. The bubbles are going to come in very soon. They're waiting for just long enough here. They have 30 clams on the field. That's 3 footballs. This is the best look they're going to get here. They're waiting until all the cards line up for them.
4-4. Couple of specials ready to go for Vitamin C. They've got 3 footballs
Oh,
on the field.
they got a lot.
Gotta protect
Woo!
the triple splash.
Oh, the
And
baller.
Vitamin C
Oh,
has
my
paved the way
goodness.
For victory as Vitamin C is going to go ahead and take the road. 60-21 as Vitamin C comes storming back.
Bro, that was a
Is
good
virtue. They
push.
waited for
And
the
what's
stars to align
cool,
the way they wanted. They're
bro,
going to get a full
that-
knockout from that.
I
and
me
that
tell
is
y'all
what
this.
Building up your special,
What
running
the
them together
announcers didn't even
can do.
notice.
The bubbler
That
combined
dude
with
had
the
his
ball
bubbler,
rushing in there.
but he
That's
didn't
exactly
use it.
what you wanna
Watch
see.
the whole
Textbook
team at the
Vitamin
same
C.
time
Triple
used
splash.
all their
Go ahead and
specials.
open up the floodgates.
He triggered his
Vitamin C go
baller,
ahead and
the
just come
bubblers, and 2
cascading in
bubblers
with
all
all
at the
those
same
footballs.
time.
That certainly
That was
puts
coordination
about
from the
90%.
teammates. Like, they were all communicating like, wait, don't use it yet. Don't use it yet. I almost got my baller. Okay, we ready. Bam, and they just all went in with their specials at the same time. That was crazy. The commentators didn't even catch that. They didn't even catch that. That they all used their specials all at the same time to wipe it out, and that was a clean wash.
I think that Komodo lost a little bit of their
That was
composure there.
crazy.
They saw 3 footballs
That was
coming in.
crazy.
You can't possibly
That
meet
was
all
crazy.
the threats, so you try to pick them off one by one.
That was
That's,
crazy.
like, right into the hands of Vitamin C.
That was crazy, bro. Because I was wondering, like, he had his bubbler, and he could have used it earlier, but you could see that he was waiting for his teammates, and they just wiped him out at the end. Clean wipe. Clean wipe.
Use those specials at a perfect time to get the triple splash.
Oh, he just said
really
it.
clear things out.
And
Yeah,
especially on
they
a
used
map
their
like that
specials at
that's
the
so
perfect
open.
time.
You could come from that left
That's what
side,
they
you
did,
could
man.
go straight up that nice little
What's up to
doorstep.
everybody tuning in?
What do you
Again,
do?
for
There's
everyone
pressure
watching,
coming in, too many front
become a
liners,
sponsor,
splash downs
patreon.com/Obi1
as well as
Plays.
the immediate
You get on my
threat of
Switch
bubbler
friend
and
list. You get to
ballers.
game
So
with your boy every single day. I don't know
what
what
you do,
game I'm
you
going to
can't
play
draw
with the
it up any
sponsors
better than
today.
that. Let's see if they can get momentum.
As we mentioned,
And
this
then
is our first
you get a free $10
match
eShop
in
digital
the
code to
loser
every new
bracket
sponsor.
between Vitamin C and Komodo. Whoever loses these best 3 out of 5 games here will be eliminated from the Open.
GG.
Right
Yeah.
now, it's tied up 1-1.
You seen that, Dede?
Vitamin
My dude Dede said, I
Vitamin
seen
C
that.
Getting the victory in Clam Blitz, Ink Block Art Academy.
That was dope.
However,
That was dope.
Komodo taking Rainmaker
Huh?
Dolby Arena. Our third game will be Tower Control Snapper Canal.
Oh, I hate tower
Snapper
control.
Canal.
No.
This was
Tower
back
control
in
is
the
cool.
fall, and this is one
Tower
of those
control is cool.
levels
I don't
where
like,
you've
only
got
Clam
some
Blitz is the only
interesting
mode I'm not
layout
real
here. It
big
seems
fan
like
of.
It's a little bit more of a narrower level at times.
And if you're
but
just not tuning
multiple
in,
paths
thumbs
you're
up.
trying to
Let's get this video over
accomplish
100
your goal, but
likes.
clearly the
We're at
tower
50
control, the
likes.
tower's gonna be
We're
at
at
a
50
fraction
likes,
of
ladies and
the points, as
gentlemen.
we mentioned.
Let's get it
What's
to
key about
100
Tower Control
likes,
and Snapper
ladies and
Canal as far as
gentlemen.
things that these teams are going to be looking for?
Let's
the
go.
key for me is going to be seeing which weapon Opapi opts to use. You saw the Rapid Blaster last time, but the Splatling, this is one of the best maps. And Stingray, which the Splatling does have, you're almost always going to see it here. But the Rapid Blaster is such a good pick, too. I think whichever pick Opapi goes with is really going to change how Komodo plays. If it goes with Rapid, that's a more mobile composition. You can be a little bit more aggressive. If it's the Splatling, however, it's going to be drawn back a little bit.
And it
a
says,
more
yeah,
neutral
be
composition here.
on
I'll be
y'all
interested to
A
see
game
which
because
one
I'm a
they
roast y'all if you
We
lose.
oftentimes talk
I
about
should
tower
have. I think
control
if
and
I would
that
organize
flash
it,
is everywhere
we
because
could have
you
done some
your
damage.
opponent in a
We could have done some
concentrated area
damage.
riding the tower, so
But we had to
overall,
like
it's gonna be
practice
really
and all that.
interesting as we take a look
We
at
got to
those
take it
squads
serious
here.
if we
We'll
do
go
it.
ahead and let you know what
Next year.
colors, what
Next year.
team for the most part, but you're already noticing something already. You know
For
the names, you know
Splatoon
these
3.
teams. What loadout are you seeing here, Nine?
The Clash Blaster coming out from
Yes.
Egg. The Clash Blaster.
Somebody's using
A
the
fan
Clash
favorite
Blaster?
Here between the two of us, but it's very threatening on this map. You are very mobile, although it does go down.
Oh yeah, tower control. You got to have
Because
blasters.
it's so mobile and easy to move around with, it's a very threatening weapon on this map and mode.
You see Mullen getting the splash,
Clash
splat with
Blaster.
the tri-slosher right now, and already Komodo in the green, riding the tower, trying to take it to the first checkpoint. But there's Randy with that first stingray, and you know where you
I
gotta
wonder what
aim on
abilities
towers
they
before
allow
you
them
have
to
that
use in
stingray.
the tournament.
Nice, slow moving.
Is it
and
the
that's a
default
very
game
clean
abilities?
defense right there. Nothing left behind.
Starter
Finishing
abilities? I don't
off
know.
the meal there. Now Egg's going to run up. I like that Egg is kind of playing around this area, not going in haphazardly. We talked about composure. Sometimes you see 2 or 3 down and you think you can run in. Not to be the case. As we see the Stingray. Do what Stingrays do.
And you can expect to see one of those every single
Bro,
time.
they
you hop
buffed
on
the
tower.
Stingray. Now the
Poppy
Stingray
doing
is a
fine
lot
job
more
of some
effective.
defense right there.
At
1
first, it
minute
used to be
down
like
in
one of
this
the
one.
worst
Vitamin C
specials
with a slight 3-point
in the game.
advantage over Komodo. But once again, another Stingray coming out. Get used to hearing that sound.
Almost
throughout
like
tower
a
control.
mobile killer
2
whale.
down, actually. Really, Opapi's going to be the only one that can halt.
Austin,
push.
does it
They
matter
might
which
make it past
Patreon
this
level
first
you
checkpoint,
pick?
but
No.
Opapi,
At
that
any
final
level,
fall-off
Austin.
shot is going to
No
stall it,
lie, bro.
But another one sneaks on. That first checkpoint is very difficult to get past. So
Any
great
job
level there by Vitamin C to get it, and Emmy cleaning up Opapi there.
Emmy with that slosher doing some damage on Opapi with that heavy splatling. Emmy with the baller, a couple of
Emmy
splats
takes
right
him
there for Emmy.
out.
3 on the field. Make that 4-3 at this point as we wait for one more Komodo to go ahead and spawn again. 3:20. Neither team with a huge lead right now. In
It's
fact,
the
really,
E3.
Vitamin C is the only team to get through that first
Hey.
checkpoint.
Hey.
But you look at Snapper
Hey.
Canal,
Hey.
what's going to be the key checkpoint in this map?
The key checkpoint really is that second checkpoint. You're starting to get near that water pit right there where suddenly
go.
you can't even jump
Official
off
Super
and try
Saiyan
to
Blue
engage the
Vegeta
enemy
DLC
that is
gameplay.
firing at you here. The team that gets past that
We need
almost
Fighter Z
always
on the
finds
Switch, bro.
victory.
We need
See
Fighter
Komodo
Z on the
establish
Switch,
some
bro.
central control here. This might
Stop
be the
playing
push they've
around,
been looking
Bandai
for, but
Namco.
hey, look at what it is.
Komodo with
Arc
the
system.
Inkjet trying to get the advantage on the field. Here
Oh, let
comes
me watch the
Randy
match.
with yet another Stingray. But, we have our first lead change as Komodo
Somebody.
takes the
Komodo.
68-71 advantage.
Come on,
as we
Vitamin
near the
C.
halfway
I want
point
y'all to
right
win just
now.
because of y'all
Vitamin
name.
C hopping back on that tower, trying to regain the lead as Vesper trying to make it a
What weapon is he
3-1
using?
advantage. However, that baller from him, he's going to negate that. But a nice little splat by Pixel.
And that was a very timely ink armor that came out from Vesper there. That was enough to keep both Pixel and Vesper on the field to continue.
Oh, that's
putting on
a 10
that
attack.
pressure.
It has to be the
looks
splatter
this
shot.
push Maybe stalled
It
out
looks like the
very
loadout for
slightly,
the 10
but they've
attack
got
splatter
a
shot.
lot of control here on Vitamin C side of the map.
Komodo extending their lead right now. You're talking about that critical second checkpoint right now. And
Critical
Komodo trying to
second
work their way all the
checkpoint.
way through it right now. They're going to clear that second checkpoint. It's now 71-34 as they continue to advance that tower. Make a nice little
71-34.
push, even though it's 4-4. Hopping off the tower at that point. Here's where you mentioned that part where it's all water.
When I
underneath
saw
it. Oh,
Little
Stingray
intro song
versus
is perfect. Me and my
Stingray.
little brother
And
sing it. It's
Randy
like the all-time
stinging
perfect. Thanks,
Komodo
Springfield.
right there. As you look at Vitamin C trying to
Splat,
mount
tat,
a
tat,
defense.
tat.
22,
Splatoon,
that is a defense,
that's a
but that's
Splatoon
a
anthem.
very daunting number to get past. It's not quite to that third checkpoint here, but they're going to need to get back control here,
Let's
pick
go.
off a couple members of Komodo as they trickle back in before they can even think about mounting a counter push.
And Vitamin C having a turf control at this point for the most part. As you take
Let's
a look
go.
at that wide shot, Emmy trying to get some advantage right now with that slosher. Emmy going ahead and throwing down that sprinkler. A baller
Emmy
ready
throwing
to go
down
for
the
Emmy
sprinkler.
as well, too. And now you have Vitamin C taking control of the tower as we near the 1 minute mark.
Oh, dude
but
got
here
blown
comes
up.
Randy with some Stingray support.
Bro,
getting
this
the splat on
Stingray's
Pixel.
been on
That's gonna be
fire,
big.
man.
Pixel is the top frontliner here for Komodo. Pixel going down doesn't seem to be slowing them down at all. Vesper waiting here around the tower, dueling here
Let's
with Lily.
go.
That ends that battle, going back and forth. We'll see
Inside
that a lot
battle.
here today. But they're just not getting the 2, 3, 4 down that we've seen here from Komodo. They just aren't quite finishing the food as they go to take it.
Finishing
So
the
true.
food.
Under a minute left right
They're
now.
not finishing
a
the
huge
food.
lead for Komodo, 22-70. But Vitamin C hopping on the tower, trying to make one more push if they can turn the tide of this match.
Don't look like Vitamin
Emmy and
C
the
is going to
baller
beat
going
Komodo.
after the Inkjet, unsuccessful in that attempt to go ahead and take out the Inkjet and land it. Emmy though getting the splat on Pixel. You got a Stingray support coming as well too. But another Stingray, of course, coming from Opapi. Opapi gets the splat on Lily, and here comes a nice little
Clash
double
Blaster
splat from Egg though. As you look at the numbers advantage and getting to the second checkpoint, this could be the turning
I
point.
might
here,
try
Nine.
out
And that
the
was their
Clash
Stingray.
Blaster.
That was the one Stingray that they had to make that defense. They're not going to have a
That one's
Stingray
gonna
to
come
stop this.
out
It's
soon,
going to have
'cause
to
I'm
be
fair with
some
Kirby
good
poking,
old-fashioned
etc.
splatting, and I think
Turkey.
Opapi may have just done it
Yeah,
right
Wolfenstein
there.
2,
Nobody left
Turkey.
near the tower.
Turkey.
35 left. It's
Check
running through
out
the middle. They're gonna
Wolfenstein
make a last
2
chance
on
heave
the
at it,
Switch.
but it looks
Turkey.
like this one is going to go. No!
Wolfenstein 2's looking
Well,
good,
maybe.
bro.
All right.
Opapi
Wolfenstein 2's
playing
actually
some
looking
great
real good on the
defense
Switch.
with that heavy splatling, and as you mentioned, Vitamin C already burning through that Stingray to try and get the
Yes,
advantage, get
Pokey.
to the second checkpoint. It helped them threaten the lead of Komodo. But when you don't have any specials left and you're trying to push against a team that has all 4 players.
Oh, all these dudes are X rank. Look at their ranks.
That game
Ah!
the last 2 splats that they needed to stop that
Bro.
did not have their Stingray.
You see
did not have
everybody's
to get their
rank?
specials.
Everybody
They
was
just come
X
from that
rank.
circle as well.
I'm going to start my X
Sometimes
rank
the great
grind
players make great plays,
after I
and that's
beat the
what we saw there.
Splatoon 2 single
Komodo
player.
taking the second game. They now have
I gotta
a
beat the
2-1
Splatoon
game advantage
single player.
over Vitamin C.
And then I'm
Komodo
starting my
can go
X
ahead and get a
rank.
victory in our next
Grind!
game. They will advance
Grind!
to the bracket, and that'll be the end of Vitamin C for these finals. But you looked at that match.
R.I.P.
Vitamin
Vitamin
C.
C.
Once again, they almost had Vitamin
C
overtake them
got
at the end.
wiped,
really
bro.
just maintaining discipline. We never saw Opapi overextend
They got
themselves
wiped.
and really try to get into the middle of stuff, doing a great job of holding down that back line.
And that's what a backliner is. We talked earlier. That's the anchor. That's the person that makes things right when everything else goes wrong. And there's
They
no need
got
to approach
wiped.
when you use a heavy splatling. Just sit back, charge up your special.
Sit back.
Use the range and fire rate that weapon has, and you can make some great plays like that.
And that's what's interesting about tower control, because all of the action is so concentrated on the tower right there. And to really have
Tower
a concerted,
control.
organized team effort to go ahead and move the tower, you've got to be so good and so dialed in.
So dialed in, and you have to be very creative the way you go about it, because it's such a centralized objective that everyone knows where it's going, where it's coming from, where it will go if nobody's on it. You have to find different ways around. You can't just play the objective. You have to play around the objective.
Black
Identify the
Panther
threats,
Team
identify
X.
where the
That's who you
defense
let in
is coming from,
Roblox.
Identify where the
That's
offense
funny.
is coming from, and be one step ahead all
You
the
could
way
do this
through.
Splatoon 2
Coming up, we'll have
and
Splat
2K
Zones
tonight
for our 4th
for
game.
draft
Splat
prep
Zones
over.
taking place
Maybe
in
I
the
see
region.
Cosby.
We
I
talked
don't
about
know.
a
I
mode
don't
that
know. I don't
Everyone's
know.
very familiar with. I think when
I
the game
did
first came
2K
out, this
for,
was really everyone's first
draft
ranked
prep.
mode that they got on. You look at the Reef, a map that's been there since day one. Splat zones at this level, it's all about being able to secure and extend is something that you've talked about.
Yes, locking
I have
out
to
the
see.
opposing team.
Because I can't do
When you
too
take
much
2 or 3
2K
down, you have to find
because
a
there
way
are
to
other
keep them
sponsors who
pushed
don't
down.
have
The
2K, so
general
I try
tactic
to
that teams will use
play
if
what
they've been
everyone
pushed
has.
out
So
is
we'll
they'll
see. We'll
band
see.
together, they'll build up
But we
those
definitely
specials
doing
from a
2K
safe
tomorrow.
area, they'll use
Tomorrow
those
we're
to
doing
push
it.
back
And
in.
we're gonna figure it
Will
out. We're gonna
the
make it
team that
happen.
gets the first lockout be able to hold it?
All right,
I
who
think
is
that's
this?
going to be the key here, because this is not a difficult zone to take.
Komodo in the teal. We're just going to call
Oh, they're
it
playing
green
again?
for
Same-
simplicity
same
purposes.
team
You've got
playing
Vitamin
again?
C in the magenta, but let's go with purple. Green versus purple. Komodo in the green. If they can take this game, they will advance
Yes,
in
sir.
the loser
You're in for a
bracket.
treat.
Vitamin
Cool,
C
amigo guy.
trying to hang on for their Inkling
gonna beat it.
open lives in this one, as you already have an early advantage.
I just
for
want
Vitamin C
Cali
as they
in my
secure
lobby,
the
bro.
zone. 100 to 83 the advantage, but however, Komodo with the 4-2 numbers advantage.
Oh, this is my
They
favorite
take
zone
control of the
right
tower
here,
and apply
Splat
that
Zone.
penalty to
Love me
Vitamin
some
C.
Splat
Zone,
Zones,
I should
bro.
say.
And there's
Love
2
me some
ink
Splat
jets
Zones,
here.
bro.
One of the easiest ways to
Splat
ensure
Zones
your
is fire.
lockout is to counter push when the enemy
Splat
team is
Zones
coming
is
out
fire.
with ink jets. And they have 2 right now. You saw Pixel
It's all
use
good,
his
amigo
right
guy.
there.
We just
but
have fun.
Opapi switching over to that Octo Brush, something that we haven't seen from anyone else today.
We don't take it too serious.
That's another ink jet as we see both bubbles be expended right there. I don't know that those specials are going to get them everything. This is some solid defense.
And you've got Komodo right now with
Uh-oh.
the 57 to 79 advantage over Vitamin C. You've got the baller up top by Emmy. Emmy
Booyah.
unable to get a splat with that baller though.
Emmy.
And you already see Vitamin
Taking him
C
out.
retaking control of the zone. 79-57 as they try to cut into their penalty. Sizable one though for Komodo. If they take control 33 seconds, they'll have
Good
to
match,
overcome.
good matches.
As we are really close with just about a minute and a half into this match so far. And you take a look
Cookie
at
Ball
the
said
makeup
go
of
Canada.
Komodo here, Nine, and you
I
don't
thought
really
it
have
was
that
June.
traditional
The
back
risk
line
gamer.
weapon that we
This
talked about.
this is the
such a
U.S.
quick moving map.
Championships
You need the ability
for the
to move
E3
around and think
tournament
very quickly. You
already.
See them stacking that 10 attack splatter
This
shot
is the
in
U.S.
that
and
inside
Canada
post.
Championships.
Did not see that. Remember, on this view that we're getting right now, we can see where all the teams are. These players cannot. But that
Emmy,
inking
I see
composition that
Emmy
we were talking
balling.
about there, lots of turf, lots of inking. Not
They
doing
lost
too
the
well for him
lead.
right now as the lead goes the other way.
Vitamin
Dark Heroes
C
one game away from
taking the lead
from
from
making it to the
Komodo,
Inkling's
44
open
to
finals.
57.
Oh, cool,
as that
Harry.
timer continues to tick in favor
That's cool, bro.
of Vitamin C.
I
That
remember
score
Dark
continues
Sauce.
to improve 32-57. They're looking to extend. They've got 3 squids on the field. Make that 4 squids now. Couple
4
of auto
squids on
bombs
the
trying
field.
to chase things down. Auto bombs, the bane of my existence, Nine. We talked about that. But here comes
Let's
an
go.
ink armor from Pixel to help support the cause as they are just 15 seconds away from
15
taking victory and
seconds.
tying this up at 2-2.
And you saw Komodo put 3 people on that left side. That was their all or nothing going there. Nothing
Hey.
came from it. Perfect defense, and we
Hey.
are going to a Game 5 in our first set.
Oh,
How about
game
Vitamin
5.
C able to retake control of the zone
Vitamin
over Komodo,
C
and
with
it
the
was really
comeback.
the first substantial push, as we like to say, as far as keeping Komodo away from the zone Vitamin C doing a great job with a lot of those
Vitamin
one-on-one
C.
situations as well, too.
And there were even 2 inkjets fired off at the same
Came
time.
back
Pixel
on
and
these
Opapi
boys.
both used their inkjets, kind of floating out there together. A couple spies there, just kind of flowing through, James Bond-esque. But there was just nothing doing
James
right there.
Bond.
Very disciplined, as we say, and we've used that word so much. Disciplined and composed defense coming in there from Vitamin
Got to
C.
be
And really
disciplined in
just the
Splatoon. If you're going to be successful in
timing of the
Splatoon,
specials
you
for
got to
Vitamin
be
C. We saw that
disciplined.
Ink Armor come up at a critical time when we really thought Komodo was going to go ahead and make a push, take control of the zone. But you look at Vitamin C, their ability to lock things down.
And
They
that was
force
fast.
a Game 5, and now we'll have Rainmaker on Port Mackerel. And Rainmaker, don't forget, that was taken by
And
Komodo
all
in
of
the
these
arena in
dudes.
our first game between these two squads.
This,
I need to-
if you don't like Stingray, look away right now.
X-ray.
Rainmaker on Port Mackerel. This is heaven for Stingrays.
Oh,
here. The
yeah,
52
Port
gal
Mackerel.
Deco has Curling Bomb and Stingray. Could not be a better weapon made for this. Do not be surprised if we see
52
2,
gal.
maybe even
Dope.
3
Dope
Stingrays
weapon.
coming out from each team. It's a very long
Yeah, it's going to
map.
be
There's
long.
not
I
a
don't know
lot
if I get to
playable
all of it.
verticality
We'll
to
see,
it.
Cosby.
And
We'll
this
see,
is
bro.
one where if you get that
We'll
early
see.
lead, you can really force the enemy team back because there's only so many ways back into the middle of the map.
Rainmaker on
Narrow
Port
when you
Mackerel.
think about Port
Port
Mackerel.
Mackerel
So you
is
look at
dope.
some weapons like
Port
that
Mackerel is
52
dope.
gal where really it's not the most accurate weapon shot for shot, but it only takes 2 hits to go ahead and splat somebody. It's going to be really interesting to see some of the loadouts that we might see on Port Mackerel because you talked about the way that it's set up. It's so unique compared to so many of the other stages we've seen in Splatoon 2.
And I'm glad that you mentioned it's narrow. The shots aren't as accurate on that weapon, but when you can't move too far,
Now you could do about
It
it.
certainly helps when the opponent can't move left or right, and all you have to do is shoot north to south. All right, the winner of this game between Vitamin C and Komodo will advance in our losers bracket. The loser, they will
Let's
unfortunately leave us for this tournament. Their run will come to an end. It all
Oh,
comes down to this,
Potato
our very first
Cassandra.
round. We get a treat of
Thanks
going
for
to a Game
subscribing,
5
Potato
in this
Cassandra.
round 1 matchup between Vitamin C and Komodo. We're getting set for Rainmaker on Port Mackerel. And what we saw last time when these two teams participated in Rainmaker on Gobi Arena was Komodo and the ability of Opapi.
Mr.
to get the triple
Privatel.
splat.
Thanks
Now,
for
Opapi could go
subscribing.
going with one of his traditional backline
Mr.
weapons
Privatel.
for Komodo. Komodo in the green, Vitamin C in
All right,
the
let's
orange.
go. Let's see
As
it.
you look at both teams
Let's do it.
rushing quickly to that Rainmaker in the middle of the map.
so the relationship I want to talk about and explore here, as we see Egg going in immediately, is going to be Opapi with that Splatling there versus
They got
Randy
taken
on
out.
that custom Jet Squelcher. The
Wipeout.
custom Jet Squelcher is
I
going to
like
be
Port Mackerel,
their
man. I used to
backline weapon
hate
of
Port
choice.
Mackerel
It does have
in
Stingray, but it's a
Splatoon
little
1.
bit more mobile than the
Mega
Splatling. That's a very
R-Star.
deliberate
Thanks for
choice
subscribing.
meant to give them a little bit more
I
mobility.
used to
We'll see
hate
if it
Port
pays off for
Mackerel.
them.
Vitamin C, they
Splatoon
snagged
1,
Rainmaker first. They have an
love
84
it
nothing
now.
quick advantage
in
right now.
Splatoon 2,
4-3
man.
on the field.
Really
Inks
like
in
what they
favor
did in
of
Splatoon
Komodo,
2.
though, as they go ahead and
Mega
stop the movement
R-Star.
of that Rainmaker. Vespa going
Thanks
to go
for
ahead and hop in an
subbing.
ink jet and rain down some ink on the stage. 4:15 left, but here comes a big-time
Black
push already
Beard
from
says-
Komodo as they take the
These dudes
55-84
balling.
lead. And here's our first Stingray.
Bro,
Already out. Now,
I
I'm kinda
can
surprised
low
it took as
key
long as it
play
did,
some
but that was a
2K
great splat there by
while
Egg
I'm watching
to
the
slow that one
stream,
down. He thought
Cosby.
they were moving it up at the
Remember
top,
the switch
but it
is-
was just enough to allow this
Should I do it,
Stingray to
but-
come in and finish off
No, I
this
can't.
defense.
I gotta-
that
I gotta
Rainmaker
watch
is
this
going to
match.
reset. Oh no, I'm sorry. Lily grabbed it very quickly. That was right at
It's
the
gonna
end
be
of
hard.
the timer
I'm-
here.
I'm trying to
Maybe a
see
bit
how
of
if
a
I can play.
misplay. Generally, teams
No,
will
no,
let
I
that
can't
reset
play
so that
Watch
they
Splatoon
can
at the
fully
same
meet
time.
The threat of the offense
I
that's in
can't.
front of them.
We got our first Brella making their
Flame
appearance as well,
Bow,
too, for
thanks for
Komodo, which
subbing. You
comes
know
in
what? Let's
handy.
try.
We talk about
Let's
how
get one
narrow
match
it
in.
is as Mullen
Let's get
goes
one
ahead
match in, Cosby.
protecting
I'm
themselves.
turning on
Ink
2K,
right
bro.
now, 84-55.
That's what's cool
With
about the
Port Mackerel
Switch.
9, you were talking about this yesterday.
Let's
It's
go
one of
get
those
it.
maps where
Let's go
even
get
if
it.
you can
I'm
push
hopping on
Rainmaker
2K
to
right
5,
now,
4,
boy.
or 3, it's never really safe.
I'm hopping on 2K right now, boy.
If you are
And I'm
able
still
to
gonna
get
watch the
into
games too.
those two far
Oh, we-
alleyways that you
oh,
can
we-
see
we
closest to spawn,
multitasking.
it really does
If
become
you're a
a sprint. It's
sponsor
almost a
and
marathon
you wanna
that
game with me in
becomes a sprint
2K,
at the very
hop
end.
on
It's
2K
hard to
right
make
now.
it there, but if you get it to
Let's go.
there, you hold
Let's go, bro.
forward on the stick for just a couple seconds and you'll
Let's
be
go,
there.
bro.
Both teams trying to sprint to a
Let's go, bro.
victory here in our 5th and decisive game. Winner of this will take the match
Do
and
it.
advance as we see our Tenta missiles coming out
All
right
right,
now.
but I
Lily
still
with the
gotta watch
Rainmaker.
the stream
Vitamin
too.
C
I
down
got it.
84-55
I'm multitasking
trying
right
to
now.
advance
I'm
this
gaming
Rainmaker
with the
as they
sponsors
take the lead back from
and
Komodo.
This is very scary. Lily moving this all the way to 23. This is the danger
Oh,
zone
heavy
right here.
splatlings.
They
Heavy
got through there.
splatlings are
that went from
dope
50
weapons.
to 20 in a heartbeat.
Heavy
that
splatlings
was all
are
the
dope.
specials once again.
What up,
Showing
Darnell?
that they know how to play this
Darnell,
mode.
you
Poppy
became a
with the
sponsor.
Stingray, but no
Darnell.
special to
Oh
assist
yeah,
that
Darnell
Stingray, so
is
it's
in
gonna take a little
the
while
Discord
for
chat.
that to
Yeah, I
restart
forget.
again
Yeah,
as
he
Vesper
is.
here
What up,
with the
Darnell?
Rainmakers
What
reaching
up,
the
boy?
halfway point in
Wheezy
this
say
match.
he's on.
Decisive one,
Let's go
we
get it.
remind you,
I haven't
2-2
played this in
Vitamin C
handheld
Komodo
mode in a
game.
minute.
23-55 lead for Vitamin C right now.
Technically,
Here
you
comes
can
the
with the
Stingray
Switch.
for
I am,
Vitamin
bro.
C, though, as they try to lock things down and keep
bro.
Vesper on the run.
Vesper does
I'm
go
still
down
86
right there,
overall.
and it was very interesting that they had Vesper grab that Rainmaker. Vesper is their main
Let's go get
perfect
it.
weapon,
I'm hopping
as well
on.
as that ink
I'm
armor
hopping
support
on.
that really helps that
We
front line
hopping on.
function. Having him grab the
We
Rainmaker
hopping
is
on.
scary, but we see a pseudo 3-down situation.
I see you,
there
Cosby,
kind of
with the
trickles
best.
in.
We're
There is the
playing
follow here on defense.
basketball.
Vitamin C doing a good job of not going 3 or 4 down like we saw in that first
but I
game.
ain't that
And that's
good.
so
It's
critical.
all good,
Vitamin
Rachel,
C
man.
doing a great job of not giving
No one
Komodo
is
a huge
perfect.
numbers advantage. They're able to apply that defensive
I'm
pressure
still.
the
I'm
entire
still.
match.
Oh, I need to
55,
change
43,
my
minute 45
shorts,
left
bro.
in this one for Vitamin
I'm
C.
going to
You've
buy
gotta
some new
lock
shorts,
things
bro.
down and make
So
sure
y'all
you
gotta-
get a
y'all can get a
well-timed
match
push
in, I'm
from
coming.
Komodo, but it's still 3-3
I'm going to
on the
Swags
field.
real
Neither
quick.
team with a special yet.
We've seen the same sort of back and forth happen here. You see the Stingray come out that takes out
Where's
1 or 2
Swag
picks.
at, bro?
Then
I
you'll
know
see
I didn't
a
pass it.
pincer
Oh,
attack
he's
come in
over
from Komodo to equalize that. And
Inkjet.
then you see the rest of Vitamin C
Inkjet,
come
take
back
him
in
out
that
with the
backcourt
Inkjet.
area where there's
KM,
lots of room
Vesper.
and just not give them too much space. We've seen that 2 or 3 times right now. I know that we're going to be very close to another Stingray here.
Let's
We'll
go.
see if it comes again. This is a good look. They've moved their way into the court.
How
They
do
have
I
the
play with
Rainmaker.
no
We'll see what
shirt on? I
happens.
want to.
Bullen clearing some ground right there.
Let's go to
4-3
Swag.
advantage. 4-2 advantage. If you're
Enter
Komodo,
Swag.
this is your chance to push right now. And some Stingray support coming. So if you're Komodo, you don't have much time left, under a minute to try and get a push. Meanwhile,
Playing handoff
Vitamin
for the
C trying to
first
do all
time
they
on
can to lock
stream.
things up.
I know,
Can
bro.
Komodo take the lead? No, critical defense right
Accessories.
there by Vitamin C. They stopped Komodo from taking the lead. Now it's all
Arm
inks
wear,
on
leg
deck as they
wear.
try to make sure that they don't let Komodo
Calf
advance this Rainmaker
sleeves.
any
Let's
further
go.
into their territory.
Oh, Egg made a big mistake right there. Jumped right into the middle of 2 shots, and that's going to be.
Let's go, bro.
No! How did they hold on to
Let's
that?
go,
Emmy,
bro.
once again,
Pink
there.
sleeves.
The threat is not yet gone. This push is continuing
Let's
here.
go.
They're going to try
Add.
to grab it. They have the
How do I check
Rainmaker,
out?
and they get it by a
Oh,
single point.
they almost.
Komodo recaptured
Bro, what
the
a
lead with
close
20 seconds
match.
left in this one. Komodo going for the slam dunk, and just
I don't know
like
the
that,
big show. I don't know
Komodo,
if,
they were trailing the
dude is in the
entire
tournament.
match. However, it's enough of a push, a consistent push after push
Confirmed.
after push, bursting that Rainmaker shield, and with that, Komodo also burst the hopes of Vitamin C.
Let me see what
as
other shorts.
Komodo will
Join
advance on the
Wheezy.
loser side of the
Okay.
bracket
I'm
and
still
are fifth in
buying
decisive
some
game
gear,
over
bro.
Vitamin C.
Hey,
Incredible
Cosby,
execution
how
that
do I go
time,
shirt-
knowing that
shirtless
that
in the game?
situation,
In
you can't
in
just go
2K.
down. You can't
Anybody know?
sacrifice yourself to advance a few more points. They needed to keep 2 or 3 up to keep that pressure on the Rainmaker and get that burst at the end. That burst took out the last line of defense, and it was just enough for them.
Let's go.
So many little micro
Let's go, bro.
moments there that you could analyze and say, this is
Komodo
what
with the
turned that.
win.
But ultimately, the composure of
Hey.
Komodo. We've used that
Hey.
word so much, and we're going to use it a lot for
Let's
the whole rest
go.
of the day, knowing when they could afford to go down and when they couldn't.
Well, you saw their ability to finally get some type of wipe.
Bro,
against
Pix
Vitamin
Fly would
C.
be
They had them
amazed.
down
They have a
4-2 as far as
tattoo of a
numbers advanced
flying
on the field. That's
pig
when they made that
in
push
2K.
with that Stingray.
No
Even though
way.
they didn't take the lead. You had the Rainmaker
That's
deep
crazy.
into the Vitamin
They
C
got pit
territory,
bulls.
and you just applied the constant pressure. And you mentioned for Vitamin C, they maybe made the mistake of jumping into a firefight when they should have backed up just a little bit more to secure that Rainmaker.
You saw the Clash Blaster jump right into
I
the
don't
middle
like
of
Rainmaker,
2
man.
short-range shooters. That's
Never been
not
a fan of
matchup that
Rainmaker.
the Clash Blaster wins. You know as well as anybody
All
as a
the
Clash
time,
Blaster
trust
main.
me.
Sometimes you can sit up there at the top and apply that pressure, but in the heat of the
Oh,
moment,
we
not
could do
knowing where the enemy
letters?
is, it can be a very difficult decision to make, and sometimes you flip
Let me
that
see
coin and
something.
it just doesn't go your way.
Well, Komodo will advance in our loser side of the bracket. Unfortunately, that means for Vitamin C, they will be bounced from the tournament. We appreciate them joining us. Some great, excellent gameplay to get things started here. Let's talk about our round 2
Let me see.
matchup, and that's going to be Deep Blues versus Synergy. Deep Blues, a very familiar team. They
Deep
finished
Blue.
second last year in a major tournament.
Well, here's a question for you. When fire fights fire, who wins?
Nobody.
Nobody. That's how this is. These are 2 of the best frontline aggressive
Saw
teams that are in the
uppercase.
tournament right now. You look at Deep Blues with Taylor. A lot of people big fans of Taylor and Ace, Tenatech, and
Oh, I
NZAP
need a
player. Gonna be
overall
teaming up with Dreas and Umbra as
90.
well as that 3-headed monster pushes forward. However, there's a 3-headed monster on the other side, led by a personal fan favorite, your favorite, my favorite, Tim, the hero of last year's E3.
Yeah,
We
you
gotta
remember
change
his
that.
triple splat to go ahead and
Joining
take the
Weezy.
tower
I'm
and
not
the
on
victory
yet,
for Team
dudes. I'm
USA
still-
over Team
I'm
Japan
still
at that championship
changing
last
my
year, defending
appearance.
the world title. And as you get set for this one, we're going to begin with Splat Zones.
X-Flame,
and
thanks for
Walleye
becoming the
Warehouse.
newest
And this is gonna be one of
subscriber.
those terrific maps where, again,
What's
we
up,
talk
the
about
beard
narrow
shot? What's up,
and
boy?
long as well too for this map with an interesting. You know, everyone's aware of really
Of
the
course,
critical
E3
point of
is
this
going to
map,
be
the
on
unequal
fire.
ramp
Yeah,
with the
Tony,
long, narrow
Kamehameha,
hallway that goes all the way up.
E3 is going to be fire,
And
bro.
another point on
E3
top
is
of
gonna
that,
be
those
straight
critical
fire.
points. This is a big zone that's divided by those central boxes. A lot of times, takebacks on this happen when a baller jumps on that backside. We'll see a lot of ink storms here, or rain cloud, as I may call them here. That's a
E3
common
presentation,
call-out.
I think it's like
Because it's
June
one of
12th
those
or 13th,
few
something like
specials
that.
that you can't really do a whole lot about it because it's such a long and narrow zone that isn't covered by a ceiling like on the reef, for instance.
Symbols.
It can really almost take a zone back by itself if you stack 2 of those, a baller, maybe an inkjet. You can really take
That's
that
it.
zone back without putting yourself in danger.
Yeah, you mentioned that ink storm. It's one of those specials that if you're facing
Let's
it,
go.
it's just obnoxious to deal with
Oh,
because
so
you're already
obnoxious.
in a firefight. You're trying to take on somebody maybe one-on-one or have a coordinated 2-on-1 attack, but you're getting ink rained on you, and you have to be cognizant of that. It's no different than the Tenta missiles that might disrupt your positioning. So it'll be interesting to see what specials these teams go with here as they get set for Splat Zones on Walleye Warehouse.
Splat Zones on Walleye?
In our loose.
Oh, this next match is going to be hype.
Best of 5 matches.
Splat
Go
Zones
ahead,
on
excuse me, best of
Walleye
5
is going to
games.
be
Go on and-
crazy,
go
bro.
ahead and take on Komodo as we go ahead and move them on in the bracket. And
Bro,
you can take
Splat
a look
Zones
at
on
Splat
Walleye
Zones. We saw
Warehouse.
previously with Vitamin
That's
C
gonna
and
be hype.
Komodo was really both
That's
teams
gonna be
wrestling
hype.
back and forth for control. But once you get control, how do you then extend and secure the zone without making yourself too vulnerable?
That's
Well,
going
it's
to be
a little
hype.
bit easier on this map. On the reef, you saw that it took him a few tries to really get that lockout
hold on,
going
dudes.
But the reef is a very open map where you can go to one of those sides and you're very close to the zone. Here on Walleye, if you want to go that far left path, it's going to take you a minute to get back. And the longer it takes, the quicker the opponent is going to be able to recognize what you're doing here. You bring up that mini-map, you see on the right side of your map, hey, there's turf expanding on the right
crazy,
side.
bro.
Maybe we
He
should
got that
address
gal
that.
gun.
And unless they have a special here, sometimes
Yes,
that can get
everybody
picked
joining
off. It's
Weezy.
much easier to defend
Oh,
on this
got to
map
be 90
than to
overall.
attack on
Got
it, is
you,
what I think.
Cosby.
But
It's
there
all
is
good.
one matchup here that I do want to point out, and I completely forgot about this. Resbit
Let's
and
go.
Day are 2 of the only true Splat Charger mains left in this game right now. I'm not saying that we're going to see it for sure, but if we were ever going to see it, this would be the set to see it.
Absolutely. Well, both these teams, they certainly want to make sure they take
Let's
their
go.
time in selecting their
Let's
gear,
go,
selecting
Ra.
their weapons, selecting what loadout they're going to go with. And that's what's interesting. A lot of these teams, they're going to change their gear and abilities based on the game mode and the level itself.
One thing that I really want to see here is how much special charge
It's
they
gonna
opt
be
to
hype.
use. Special charge,
Splat
as
Zones.
its name would imply, charges
It's
your
gonna be
special just
hype.
a little bit faster. But the community's kind
Thanks,
of split on
Raging
it.
Red.
The thinking is if you're good at turfing, if you're good at controlling,
Hey.
if you're
Hey.
great at just moving up the map and painting as you go along, it can be very easy to build up your special just naturally. You don't necessarily need that special charge. However, then you get into the nitty-gritty. How many points of turf does it take to build it up if I do this? Will that come into play here? So I'll be very interested in seeing if they do opt to do that, especially on something like that.
I do want to correct something I said earlier. It's going to be Rainmaker and Gobi Arena is going to be our first match. Is this second round in the losers bracket will mirror the same exact game modes and maps that we saw between Komodo and Vitamin C. So if you enjoyed those last 5 matches, you're going to enjoy these next 5 just as much.
Uh-oh.
As we continue to get things going.
Oh, this
Let's
isn't.
kick it off. Synergy versus
But
Deep
that isn't
Blues,
Splat
Rainmaker,
Zones.
Gobi Arena. Let's see who can go ahead and get the slam dunk in this one. Neither team securing the Rainmaker at this point. That'll be Synergy in the purple, Deep Blues in the orange, as both teams really just fighting for positioning early on here, Nine.
Very interesting pick here coming out of Marsh using the Dapple Dualies, a weapon that we haven't seen today, one that I know
Somebody's
that you
using
enjoy
the
seeing here as
Dapples?
well, and already making the presence
Somebody's
felt
using
there.
the Dapple
And there it is,
Dualies?
that rain cloud that we talked about. We didn't really talk about it on this map, but look at it. It's just moving right up there on that high area as we're seeing Marsh and the rest of Deep Blues push it a little further. 36 right off the bat. This is that 20-second game we talked about earlier.
Marsh with a real quick push for Deep Blues as they take the 36-0 advantage, but here comes Resbit with that all too familiar Stingray dealing with Umbre and another
Let's go.
Stingray as well too. 4 minutes left in this one. You've got the substantial lead right now for Deep Blues, 36-0. Here comes Synergy with a 4-3 advantage and 2 specials ready to go.
I'm hopping on soon, dudes, in that 2K.
The Rainmaker across the field right now.
And some solid defense
I want to get to 90 overall,
somehow
man.
managing to find 2 splats there. And Ant using a very dangerous Inkjet. Inkjet is not invincible. We say it's good. It's good because of its mobility. But if you're floating in the middle of enemy ink, that's exactly what happens there. Naz does clean up a little bit, but so far, Deep Blues is executing their game plan. Deep Blues right now with that 36-0 advantage as we talk about, and they take the Rainmaker yet again. Synergy.
Hold on, I'm
they're on the rope somewhat right now as Deep Blues has had no problem whatsoever controlling not only the turf in Gobi Arena, but also controlling the Rainmaker itself right now. 36-0 right now.
Rainmaker.
4-3 advantage, 4-2 advantage for Synergy.
What's up,
and this
dudes?
is when you want to start to push. You got a special.
Wait, this is only
well.
That was that rare and beautiful clean flank. You saw Naz go behind them there to slow that one down, and Taylor giving it right back the other way there. That was just enough. That was about to go really bad one way, and then about to go really bad the other way. But both teams, just enough presence of mind to slow that down. Ant unable to get a splat with that Inkjet right now, but here comes yet another Stingray for Synergy. Synergy with that Rainmaker finally on the board, 36-67. They're trying to push right now, however, getting splattered right there by Marsh and those Dapple Doolies. That's some fine defense by Deep Blues.
Wait, I can't get
the halfway point. 4-2 advantage on the field for Deep Blues as well, too, as we see yet another special ready to go. And here comes that Rain Cloud, paving the way for Deep Blues in another push. And a bit of a messy push that time from Synergy. You saw that Naz was going at the top of the screen there to try to come around and get that second flank that is awarded to the more mobile team. It's easier to flank if you are more mobile, but sometimes that timing doesn't work and the push gets stopped without too much resistance like that time. Bro. And you see Marsh with the Rainmaker right now, 36-67. Deep Blue's trying to get a push going up the other uninkable ramp right now. However, going to go ahead and get met in the face right there by Naz with that slosher. We're definitely going to see Metroid and Pokemon probably kicking himself right now. If Taylor got that splat onto Naz, it would have been just one splatling standing between them and the true knockout. But at least you see that Deep Blues has not stopped trying to push. They have not been passive. You can be defensive without being passive. 4-4 on the field right now. One special ready to go for Deep Blues. Meanwhile, Synergy, going up and over this time with the Rainmaker. But that baller going to go ahead and try and chase down the Rainmaker. A little bit of cat and mouse right there.
How do I change my clothes? All right, I'm just changing my clothes and I'm hopping on the court.
Of that Rainmaker. 1:30 left in this one. 3-2 advantage for Deep Blues.
Changing my clothes and I'm hopping on the court.
Stingray right now to try and provide a little bit of pressure, and that Stingray picking up a critical splat. That is important. Marsh here is just going to kind of trade here, neutralize that pop. That pop takes a while to get. Marsh going to go ahead and just do his best to kind of slow that one down. Needs to back up now and does just in time. That Rainmaker shield does not discriminate with who it tries to splat.
Yeah, Rainmaker shield takes everybody out.
They're going to need a Stingray and maybe a second special to stop this one right now. They've got to get it quick. This is starting to get dangerous. 4-3 on the field. A nice splat by the Rainmaker, and here comes Synergy. Trying to threaten the lead by Deep Blues. They've got a pathway right now, trying to get up the uninkable area, but no. The Stingray being that critical last line of defense. That was it. I said it. You got to have a Stingray or something there, and that's why it is such a polarizing special. Taylor coming in, doing what he does, and cleaning up there. But if that Stingray had not come out exactly where it did on that very narrow and uninkable pathway, Deep Blues would be sitting in behind right now. Yeah, they'd be in deep waters, that's for sure. Deep Blues with the lead right now, 36-47 advantage for Deep Blues. 20 seconds left. Deep Blues with the Rainmaker, just trying to be patient, trying to hang on to that Rainmaker, make sure they don't get to overtime. They're just hanging out in their own territory right now, trying to avoid all the fire. Resbit getting splattered right there by Taylor in the Inkjet. 7 seconds left. Rainmaker up for grabs.
7 seconds.
Will it be forced into overtime, or will Deep Blues go ahead and take this first game? Just take a look and see what happens. Oh, you hear that overtime horn.
Still waiting for me to load to go to my court. It took a long time for the elevator to load.
They do. They pick up the first game at 9. It's no mystery
Synergy
as to what was
versus
the deciding
Deep Blues
factor in this match as far as when Deep Blues might have been threatened to lose.
Right,
they raise
go.
their hands to the heavens and ask for Stingray, and Stingray delivers. Always delivering there. And Umbra, this is a recent pickup for Umbra. Umbra has not been on this Splatling for a long time. Typically a blaster main. We talked about that front line, the three-headed monster. Umbra's a part of that, but Umbra surprising all of us and certainly surprising Synergy there. But at the very end there, that was a lose-lose situation for Synergy. They were holding the Rainmaker up on that raised area that's very difficult to access. If you don't take the Rainmaker down, the opponent has it at the end, and you lose. If you take the Rainmaker down, you have to get to a very difficult spot if you want to even touch the Rainmaker there. So great presence of mind to Deep Blues to make that, I guess you could say, a game-winning play right there.
Well, you mentioned Gobi Arena, and it's one of those maps where if you're really trying to make a deep push,
all right, I get the other sleeve another time.
You've got to deal with some unfriendly terrain as far as uninkable area. I think any other map, if that Stingray comes, you have a chance to ink
I'm just gonna play.
Underneath you, you're gonna be able to swim.
I'll edit the rest of myself another time.
There on that uninkable area, you're obviously not going to go into squid form and just flop around. You're going to go ahead and get stung.
All right, I'm exiting into the streets, and then I'm going to join
They weren't able to make that last little push. And for Deep Blues, they established that lead right off the bat in this game.
And when you talk about awareness that these top players have, that's exactly
all right, I'm going to join
what it
Wheezy,
looks like.
talking to the
Maybe if
sponsors
you're newer
playing
to the game,
the 2K.
you think, all right, my Splatling, I have enough range. Let me step up here a little bit and use my main weapon to get it done.
Let's go.
But you saw there Tim was up on that left side ready to shut down that Splatling if it came up. The better play there,
shut it
sit
down.
back, charge up that Stingray, use that to clean up, and let your frontliners go and meet the threat that's left.
Very impressive work by Deep Blues
Shut
right
it
there.
down.
We'll be getting set for our second game here, which will be Clam Blitz
Shut it
at
down.
Splat Art Academy. As we said, we're repeating same maps, same modes that we had in our first best-of-5 matchup between Komodo and Vitamin C. Deep Blues right now with a 1-0 advantage overall. You see they got the 64-53 victory in Rainmaker and Gobi Arena. Now we get back to Clam Blitz, Inkblot Art Academy. What we saw the first time between between Komodo and Vitamin C.
Komodo and Vitamin C.
Timing of having multiple footballs and your specials all at once. It seems like that's what this one's
all right, let me see friends
and
online.
You see they've swapped out Resbit here. Bran is going to be coming in instead of Resbit. They're swapping out that long-range threat.
Join Wheezy. All right, I'm joining Wheezy, it says.
And Splatter Shot both. They are different weapons, believe it or not. A specialist in those. They're going for mobility.
Monster Hunter World. Yeah, Monster Hunter World would be hype on the Switch too, man. We just need great games on the Switch, man.
But I think what also
Monster Hunter would be dope on the Switch.
Just how frequently they're able to charge their specials. It seemed like at any given moment, this team had 1 or 2 specials ready to go. And if you're trying to defend that, that's very difficult because you always have that threat looming large.
Exactly, and that comes from knowing how to turf the map. Turfing is a skill. Turfing is not something that you can do willy-nilly and expect to have those specials
still loading.
It's not a coincidence that happened. These players don't just say, hey, lucky here, have my special.
All right, going into the subway.
Deep Blues in the blue. Thank you
going
very
into
much
the
for
subway.
For making that possible for us. Meanwhile, Synergy in the
what
green
quarter
right
y'all
now,
on? What quarter y'all dudes on?
Nothing going on. Yeah, fellas, I see you shaking your head. I'm going to go ahead and give you the credit for that one right there. 20 seconds into this one, 4-3 advantage on the field for Synergy in the green right now. And look at both teams. They're just gathering.
While this is playing, I'm going into the voice chat with the sponsors.
Push right now. Trying to build those specials up.
Yo, what's up, dudes?
That first
what's up?
Hey, chilling. I'm chilling. So I'm watching this stream, this E3, this Splatoon tournament. And I just came out of what quarter y'all on?
Some pain right here.
Quarter.
Court. But the
did you join Wheezy?
Yeah, I just joined Wheezy. I just got out of the subway. I'm on court 1.
Already early in this one.
Did you see him, Wheezy?
We're actually at the we're here at the statue.
Oh, y'all at the statue. All right, so I'll go back to the statue.
However, it looks like that
no, I just wait for y'all. I'll be right at the on the other side of the subway.
Are you sure you joined?
Yeah, I joined Wheezy.
And that really all started at the very beginning. We saw on our side, Taylor ran in to a 2v1. All
right, so y'all let me know when y'all go through the subway.
Frontliner, the person who leads their charges. If you
run
headlong into a 2v1, oftentimes you're not going to win it going down
360
3
controller is
allowed.
good.
Another
Question,
person
Obi-Wan. Do I know Etika? I try Hellboy.
Right now, 3 specials ready to go for Deep Blues.
That name sounds familiar. Who's Etika? Can somebody tell me who Etika is?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, I know who Etika is, man.
50 years old here, 9. 17,
yes.
14.
Etika's the homie, man.
100 as you take a lead for Synergy right now, but here comes Deep Blues.
I should show that video where me and Etika were like
for the first time
doing streams at the same time together.
First points on the board.
And that time they tried to take that 2-pronged attack.
I didn't know that was possible.
By Vitamin C
yeah. Like I challenged him to do like 50 like bench presses
However, unlike Komodo,
on something, and he was like on my stream and I was on his
80
stream.
to 17. Lead for Synergy in this one as we
that was years ago. That was about a year or two ago.
Oh, look at Obi with the fresh.
That's right, bro. But I wanted another when I ordered the sleeves, I thought I'd get
penalty.
2.
Yes, they do.
You have
They
to
go
order
ahead
2
and force that carry,
sleeves?
and that penalty
Yeah,
reduces
2
down to
sleeves.
21.
Bro, that's whack,
Still
bro.
some work to do
I wanted to
here
have
trying
no
get
shirt
that
too,
knocked
bro.
And here's Tim
But I gotta be
doing
level
what he does.
90.
Able to get
Oh,
one
it's only
down there
3
and
of
soften
us?
up the
I
other
mean,
two
4?
for Naz to come in.
All right, let's go
It's
to a
a
court where we
4-down
see other dudes.
situation. If they
One of
rush
us gonna
this
have to
Clam
play
up here,
with
they might be able to just eliminate it.
randoms.
Bran is actually just sitting in the middle right
Third
now.
level, third
Gonna
level.
go ahead
Third
and
level?
super
All
jump
right, let's
in,
go.
try to get some hijinks going in there. They do get the break, kind of offering themselves
Yeah,
up as
man,
a
they need to
sacrifice so that
ante
Naz
up
can
that
come back in,
connotation.
but Deep Blue's not fooled.
Yeah,
by
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That was a
yeah,
very
yeah, yeah.
crafty
They
maneuver.
they
They
average.
easily could have
It ain't
avoided
like a
two or three
Cosby
rounds of
Kyrie
Deep
combo.
Blues going down, but just too smart there. No
All right,
risk here.
Deep
right
Blues
here,
getting
this
the
court.
clean wipe. However,
Yeah, right here, Weezy.
Synergy
Oh, let's
able
go.
to get some more damage, and
Let's
now
go.
it's 80
Well, we
to
cannot
2.
put
If you're
Spike
Deep
on the
Blues,
team
you're
with
facing a steep climb uphill to try and
with
get
the
back
90s.
this one, as it seems like
Where's
Synergy with
Weezy
that
at?
early push, that's
He's coming
probably
around.
going to
We're
be
good.
enough. However, we still have 2 minutes
Oh,
left.
Weezy, you're gonna
Anything
have
can
to be on the
happen,
team with the
but
2
a couple
randoms,
splats
Weezy.
being traded right there.
Okay, nah, that's all right.
3-2
Wait,
on the
Blackbeard.
field
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
coming.
Advantage Deep Blues.
Where are you guys?
With
I would-
the special ready to go.
I'll back out. I'll back
Yeah,
out.
all right, y'all want to back out and get Blackbeard in?
To get into
Yeah,
the
yeah,
territory,
you
but
should
here
go
comes our
to the
first
side.
ball
I'll
to
move
try and
it.
clear things
All right, we're
out
not.
right
Yeah,
now
we're not gonna
for
move here.
Deep
Blackbeard,
Blues.
where you at, bro?
Tim was sitting up there the
I'm
entire
coming right
time.
now.
defending
All right, we're on
just
the
a little bit.
third
Still
court.
there. They have to get
I'm
rid of Tim,
joining.
and they do.
Oh,
Let's
he's
see how many
joining?
claims
All
they
right,
can get here. They
let me
only
know when
have
you on,
one.
bro.
You can see that they've got a few
Look
more
at
now.
that.
Another
I'm watching
3-down
the
situation.
stream
They
and
have to
playing
get these
2K
claims up here now.
on
They're
the
so close.
Switch
They have
with
the
the
Only
sponsors.
Come on, come on.
Only
Can
the
they
I
get
can only
it?
do this on the Switch.
8-2-5-2-2.
I can't do this on my
Deep
PlayStation 4 or my
Blues
Xbox.
coming
Great
from
systems.
behind.
Not hating on the
And if you
systems.
talk about
Kinda
being
do
able
dance
to
off
see
of it.
objects
It
in
is
the
what it
rearview
is.
mirror, there
Huh?
is nobody for
I'm
Synergy
going down
but
the
Deep
elevator.
Blues.
Okay.
With that baller clearing things out, they're able to make an unbelievable
Bro, I can't wait till I
push
get to level 90.
late in this match.
When does
with
2K19
just under
come
2
out?
minutes left, and you
Probably
saw that whole time
October.
they were just
It always
really
comes
able
out
to clear
October.
things out.
October. Okay, I still got time. I got time. I got time. I'm gonna enjoy my 90, bro. I gotta play this game often so I can get to level 90.
That time
You
on
got it
that
in my
rapid
career
blaster
to
who
get
was
to
standing
level
off the
90.
left side.
But
don't
I
think
have
Umber
on
took
my
his hand
career
off
right
the
now,
trigger finger for
my
like
games
a
are all
solid
being
15
simulated.
seconds.
I don't know
Just
how to take it
continue
off where
firing
I
around the goal,
can't
using
play
that
like they're
burst
just
damage,
being
that splash damage with that
there's something I
mobility,
did in the
constant
options and I
pressure
can't
saying,
figure it out,
no,
bro.
you can't go
Yeah,
here.
you did something in
And
the
that's the
options.
spot that you
But
want
yeah,
to
that's
be
the
if you're a
fastest way
front
because
line.
I'm
You want to
already
be able to meet that
basically
threat
87.
head on.
I'm pretty much.
Synergy
No,
was
but
not
I
able
don't
to
think
get
I'm getting
somebody
any
to beat the
stats
threat
from
of that
having it
splash damage
simulated
and
because I'm
allow
not
you to
playing.
continue to
Oh,
funnel.
you don't-
But what
you don't get
resiliency from
anything
Deep
from
Blues up to
Yeah, so I'm
right
trying
now over a team
I'm
that
trying to figure it
I
out,
personally
bro.
thought
I
was
need
gonna
to
challenge for
next
top
time I'm
three.
on.
And we talked about that. Synergy was one of those teams you're keeping
I
an
think
eye
I
on
see.
coming up from the
Oh, there's
loser
not
bracket
right.
to challenge.
We waiting for Blackbeard, right?
Right now, they
Yeah.
are facing quite the
Oh, there he
deficit
is.
down
All right, other
2-0
side,
to
other
Deep
side.
Blues, and you talk
Where-
about
where
how
is he? I
big
don't
that
see him.
comeback
Oh, there he
for
is.
Deep
Ha,
Blues.
Black.
Now you just have
Does
to
he have on a
win the
helmet,
game
bro?
over the next 3
It's,
matches. However, if you are Synergy, you got to go.
What does
3-0
Blackbeard have
now to
on,
keep
bro?
your tournament hopes alive. So
We don't
unbelievable
know.
pushing from what we saw.
My dude has on a helmet.
all day long.
He has on a flight
80 to
helmet.
2 for crying out loud. You've got a plus.
Is it
that
us
penalty
3?
on
Is it just
Deep Blues.
OGC
They're
on?
able to get that push
No,
here,
it's-
even without a clear wipe.
Oh,
They're able to
it's
just
not?
get Clam
It's one
after
extra.
Clam
That's all. I
into
got
the
real
basket,
spike.
and an
I'm gonna
unbelievable finish
take
by
over
Deep
real
Blues
spike.
to take
All right, let's go.
And that's the
if
danger
I'm
of
open,
trickling
you
in
better do what I
1v1.
know
We talked
you can
about
do.
that stagger. It's much
Ah.
easier to 2v1
And Blackberry has on
versus
Tim's.
Then
Ha.
all four of them come back.
Wheezy,
together
animations,
with
bro.
specials,
I
pushing
can't.
back in to meet
OGC
your
gotta
threat.
represent,
But
bro.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
gotta be-
I'm
Yeah,
just
Weezy,
you
you can't be
so
standing still
stunned.
at the
And
intro,
you
bro.
see on Inkling article, we talked about it being a very
Damn.
open map. That's
Look at
what
that.
we
Look at
know.
these dudes. Look at these dudes. Look at these dudes.
That's
Look
what
at
allows you to just
Look
run
at
back, get more clams, and jump right back into
Kazi
the
tripping
action.
me
We saw
out, bro.
2 or 3 different members of Deep Blues continue to
I gotta
rotate
change
those
it for the
clams
Avengers,
as
bro.
Umber
That
stayed there and
was fire.
applied
It was
pressure.
fire?
But
Cool,
on
cool,
Inkling
cool.
Art Academy, the access
see
to
it
the
over.
goal
Okay.
so easy, getting back out, getting more clams. Clams and coming in. And that's why I said
Get 'em,
before,
Black.
if you love Clam
Get 'em,
Blitz,
Black.
that is the map for it.
We
too
talk
soon.
about the strategies that these teams think about, and
Woo!
respond. It seems
Oh, Weezy
they're
shook.
stuck
Real
a lot of
spike.
in the basket to go ahead and get back. But then you saw them able to go back and get so many more.
Don't do it, bro.
They timed that up with
Oh,
the
man.
Clams to make sure that they had that advantage.
Despite
Man.
what some people may think, the
Man.
Clam spawn is not random. There are set spots, and if you have a general idea of where they're going to come from, you can cut down on
Oh,
that
Blackbird,
time.
you were open,
see
bro.
here,
I should have
Resbit's
passed it to you
still
earlier.
not in. They
Weezy,
liked
what
the
you do?
idea that they had
Where
there.
is
They
that?
just have to execute better this time.
Tower control on Snapper Canal for Deep Blues. One more victory means you're advancing,
Oh,
taking on Komodo
Real-
in the next round.
Yeah, Real
However,
Spike
if you're
got the
Synergy,
speed,
you've got to
man.
go 3-0, and it all starts now.
crazy
Synergy
good.
in the green, Deep Blues in the
But I
purple.
can still beat him
Deep
if it was
Blues
against
taking
the
that
night. Oh,
first
got
tower,
him, got
so
him.
to move that thing to the first checkpoint.
I was about to say,
So
why did
three
I
on
head
the
fake
field
at
right now,
first?
3-2 advantage for Synergy, and we talked about Snapper
Save the
Canal.
trash
It's all about
talk
that
for
it.
second
3-2.
checkpoint.
It's all about the second checkpoint, and you could not make a more tower control-esque comp than you're seeing right now coming out of Synergy. They have two Stingrays right now.
Oh, I knew that was goaltended. Blackbeard, that was goaltended.
Are we coming in from Naz's Price Slasher, and of course the Blaster.
You can't help it, bro. He's so tall.
Pretty good weapon.
Yeah. Blaster and Tower
Real
go
Spike
like peanut
quit.
butter and jelly. Meanwhile, 85.
Oh, Real Spike got disconnected?
Deep Blues in
That's
this
the guy
one.
disconnected.
That's what he said?
On the tower, trying to
No, I just see. You just see on the right-hand side it says quit match.
backing up
Real
right now
Spike.
with that rapid blaster.
I noticed that real quick.
What?
Hey, I'll play with an AI.
As you see, Synergy take the lead as
Man.
they get through that first checkpoint.
Man.
69-73 slight advantage right now. As that
come
tower
on, we gotta
continues
stop
to
these
move.
dudes.
Now Synergy getting to
I gotta play
63
better,
with
bro.
a slight 10-point lead.
Go,
over
Black.
Deep Blues.
Yeah, good
Easy.
composure there.
Oh!
I like that they didn't go too heavy on that tower. They know where the scary part's here. They know that if they go down
Oh, he
right
had
there,
faked me.
Tim pulling a trade out of that was nuts. But knowing that that was a situation where
Ah.
if they give up a few
Real
more
Spike.
points, they might prevent them from getting too deep in that situation. You
I
see
had
Tim
him.
go down here, but the
Oh, nice
slash
pick.
machine is still up. You see Tim at the top of the screen.
Oh, Black,
just
you
trying
had
to
him.
Build up that Stingray, not going to jump down, and there it goes like clockwork.
You see Tim not rushing the tower.
Ah,
building
get dunked
up
on,
that
Cosby.
Stingray by using that
Good
slot
drive.
machine off to the side right now.
We gotta
It is
come back.
63-66 advantage for Synergy right now. Deep Blues there.
I got this,
stretching
dude.
to try and take the lead right there.
Good
However,
defense,
Synergy doing
Weezy.
a fine
Way to
job
stop
of
him.
holding them back. But here come Deep
Who's
Blues
winning?
once again,
I don't
riding
even
that
know.
tower, trying to take the advantage. 63-65. Deep Blues taking a quick little pit stop right now. You see the splashdown ready to go.
Let's go, let's go.
3-3 on the field.
And one of the
I'll
reasons that
keep
Stingray
passing.
is so powerful here is this area here that you see the tower go to between
Oh,
the
I
first
shoulda-
and second checkpoint. There's a
What
lot of
just
room there,
happened?
right? You can have people swimming
I don't
around
got
the
glue
tower and
hands
take
yet.
out your threats,
This
even a
guy.
blaster that's near the tower there because there's
Man.
so much room for you to move and so much mobility. But what beats mobility? Stingray.
You look at the Stingray doing such a fine job of locking things down right now. You see a baller ready to go. 65-63 as we
Got him,
reach the
Black.
halfway
You got him,
point. Neither
Black.
team really giving up a lot of ground, and neither team able to get that wipe that we talk about, getting the other team down to about 1 or 0 squids.
Good reads. Good reads, Blackbeard.
Down here, they still do have one member of their team that has access to Stingray, but it's Ant running up here on the front lines.
on, we gotta stop
Ant
these
going
dudes.
down here. This is the best look that they've had this whole time. This one might get past this second checkpoint. I don't know if they have a Stingray ready.
And we talked about it.
Man, this dude is just going
there
right
for
by
Deep
me,
Blues
bro.
as
What's
they
up
go
with my
ahead and get
defense,
past
man?
checkpoint 2, and they have a 36-63 advantage. Deep Blues
gotta
looking
move
for that
on.
third and critical victory in this game to move on to the next round. Meanwhile, Synergy, they're trying to fight to stay alive. They're trailing 63-29 right now. Just under 2 minutes left to go as we see Synergy take control of the tower, but no, Deep Blues recaptures it, increasing their lead. And now they
give me
have
the
a 3-1
bounce.
advantage on the field.
Now my
Umber
dude
has
just need to
sat
play
back here the whole
defense,
time,
man.
and that's what that midline anchor does for you right there. Look at all the super jumps that continue to come back here. The Stingrays finally met, but the Inkjet says no thank you. Taylor going to jump back into
lucky
a
bounce.
very painful landing here. But not only
I'ma
did
be
that
a
give them a
sponsor.
big
Cool,
lead,
CJ.
but look at all the time that melted. That was almost a minute-long push.
That
Is that CJ
Inkjet
McCullough?
connecting from nearly
I don't
halfway
know.
across the
Got
map
him,
to
Weezy.
take out the Stingray. Impressive
good
spot
drive,
right there
bro.
against Tim.
Good put
Getting
back.
close to the 1 minute mark
Man,
right now.
but too little,
Synergy
too late.
Really gonna have to
We need to
collaborate and
stop
get
them,
something
man.
going here. They only have 2 Inklings on the field right now. It is 4-3 advantage for Deep Blues, and Deep Blues once again doing what they do best.
I left them too open.
Tower.
And the pressure, how long has this map been on this side? The tower has not left this part of the map for almost the last 2 minutes.
What?
This is the game that Deep Blues plays. It's so much pressure saying we're just going to continue pushing. Defense? What's defense? We want the knockout.
You see Marsh
Got
getting
him,
splattered
Black.
right there by
Oh,
Ant.
you got
Ant
him,
do
Black.
all that
Dunk
they
on
can right now to try and apply some pressure. 30 seconds left. You've got Synergy on the tower. This is probably their last push of this tournament if they aren't successful. Meanwhile, Deep Blue's going to have to play some defense. They don't want to see a game 4. They want to get this 3-0 sweep and move on to the next round. That Stingray right now,
Good
trying to
match.
stop all the momentum on the tower. And you
Good
see
match.
losing that tower right now. Synergy trying to get one more push. 13 seconds left. Can they do it? They're down.
Cosby doing a running, man.
63-22, 2-3 advantage on the field right now for Synergy. Synergy has a special ready to go. They're trying to force
Cosby
overtime.
got jokes.
Here they go on the tower. Stingray ready to go for
That's all
Ant.
good.
Can Ant apply some
Blackbeard,
pressure
you need to
back?
kick him with those
You've got that
Timberlands.
tower moving towards that checkpoint, but they got to go through 1.5 checkpoints to go ahead and tie this one up. Here comes the baller. We're still in overtime. Oh, you've got Synergy getting
Come
past
on,
the checkpoint,
progress to
but
next
no
level.
9, that'll do it. Deep
Where you at
Blues
right now? What
playing enough
percentage are you at
defense
for that?
at the end.
Like
to
76
secure
or
the
something like that,
victory,
77.
The third game.
All right, where
and
we
move on
going?
to the
Where we
next
doing?
round.
We talked
down
earlier. We talked
Down
yesterday.
one
We
court.
talked earlier today about
Wait,
the
is real
individual
spike back,
1v1
Yeah, let's
power
go down
that
one.
Deep Blues displays. That time Taylor went around with 18 splat zones there,
It's 4.
and of course one of the
What's up, Raw?
highlight splats that we saw across the map without ink jet,
We
but
just
came across
chilling,
the
bro.
backside there and won a crucial 1v1
Real Spike's not here.
that allowed them to move up towards the tower, clean them out, that allowed them to generate a
so we just
2v1.
wait for
and you saw all of Synergy. They
Man,
tried
the
their
two
hardest.
randoms.
They put all of themselves on the tower.
There's
Real
one
Spike.
now.
One
Real
piece
Spike.
of the
The
double
TV
screen
all loud.
composition.
Shoulda
As
came
great
on our
as
team,
it
Real
is
Spike.
On defense, when you're on offense, it's difficult.
what
to
you
build
say,
momentum with that
Raw?
specials. You have to
So
be
who got
backing
the
out of the
TV
action
all loud?
safely.
It's not
And
loud.
that time, Deep Blues was all
What are you
out.
talking about,
It's
Rob?
such a
You talking about?
So Deep
Oh,
Blues
that's
had
my
a
stream in the
3-0
background.
sweep
That's the
over
Splatoon
Komodo in the next round.
US
They get
US
set
finals.
Before we check out that action,
I'm
I'm playing with NBA 2K with these dudes on my Switch while this and watching the finals at the same time.
Oh, you're saying it sounds like a competition of some sort?
Yeah. It's the winner of this plays at E3.
Plenty of high-level competition.
Oh, I should have joined that. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
know.
I would
I
like to
should've.
tell you what a team needs
Anonymous,
to do to
thanks for
destroy X.
subscribing.
I would love to be the
Ovi,
analyst
I didn't know you had
break
a
it down
twin.
for you, but
What
honestly,
you mean, bro?
if you
Ah,
figure out how to
yeah,
do
this
it,
dude.
Tell me.
This dude, bro.
Because I sure
Wanna
as
be
heck
like
know
me.
how it is to
Trying to be
done.
like me.
A team of ones.
You got
this
more
is
wins.
all
Be
the way
like
up and
Obi.
down.
I
X
wanna
is
be, I
arguably the
wanna
best
be
flex
like
player.
Obi.
Come on,
You
Black
go
Bear. We got to
between
pull out this win,
roller,
bro. Oh, I'm sick. I got real
you can see
spike.
various shooters being used as well as the Hydra Splatling, the longest range Splatling in the
I got
game,
real
able
spike.
to do it all. Fuzzy, one of the best turfing players, lots of experience,
Let's
been a
go.
top player for about as long
Come
as
on.
this game has been around.
You
Penguin
can never
Blaster
tell with this.
Supreme,
That's what they need to
Ice
improve.
as
One of
well,
the things.
flexing between different
2K19
weapons
is
and bursty.
the shot
Recent
meter.
sub
I
for
can
this
never
team
tell
using
when
some
I'm.
unconventional weapons
It's
to
so
round
unpredictable
things
at
out
this
here.
point.
Their communication, their strategy, it's
Hey,
all
what if we
next
never
level,
get
and it's why they've had
19?
such a stranglehold
Oh, it's happening.
on this scene.
But Drew, for what if sakes? What if they were
What
like,
if?
y'all got an 18, be happy, bro.
Then we're just
Y'all
gonna
asking for too
we're
much.
gonna keep playing 18 then.
Yeah, you said if we don't get it, we'll keep playing.
Yeah.
We get set for the winners round one.
Ah.
You be like, dang,
Again,
man, we can only
best
do
of
so
5
much.
games here between
It's
Set
all
to
good.
Destroy X and Quantum.
One
We'll
is-
get things started off.
I'll be at
Black
level
Zone
99 next year.
Walleye Warehouse.
We're gonna start.
Talk about
We're
that
gonna
map
start
a little
y'all with
bit
one basketball
in
game. We'll be
detail,
back
but
a couple years.
it seems like once again, we looked at our
Right.
first
Yeah,
two
right.
matches.
No, I'm
for the
really
losers.
hoping
Now, it
for
comes down to
Madden though.
teams that
If they bring
can
Madden
really
to the
collaborate
Yeah, we do
Switch,
need
bro,
Madden.
I'm gaming. I've always been more of a Madden fan.
Oh, bro, I get Madden every single year, bro.
Basketball
And
games.
momentum really will
I
be
get
a
it.
game of
I get
the
Madden
game.
every year,
If there's
bro.
one strength that Quantum does have, they play
Those
a very
players look
similar
weird to
game
me. They need to make that
Blues.
better.
You and I talked a
Sorry,
little bit
Nah,
earlier
Madden
about
is
how to
good, bro.
differentiate these
No, I'm
teams.
saying the
They are
players, they
very
look
similar in
weird. They
their
don't look like
philosophy
real
and the way
people.
they like
These
to
look
do
like
it. They'll
real
load up
people.
3 short-range
Like they look like
shooters
some
here,
kind
and
of
then allow
augmented
Jets to sit
reality.
back
I
on
don't
that
know.
splat.
Cosby, you haven't
But
seen Madden in a minute, then, bro.
Set to destroy X.
18,
maybe the
that's what I'm
best
talking
defensive
about.
team here.
18.
They
Madden
know
18
the
looks
maps,
clean,
they know
bro.
how the opponent likes
I'll
to
show
push.
you.
If there is
You
one
played it,
thing
but
that I
I'll
think
tell you what
Quantum
I'm talking
can
about.
Yeah, you
they
gotta
have
show
some
me,
of the
bro.
best ink
Like the
jets of
08,
team I've
like the
seen.
07
Ink
Madden
jet
better.
is that
That's what I mean.
curveball, if you
Ah,
will.
If they don't,
From anywhere,
if
it
they
can
don't,
threaten any position,
if they don't
even when you think
get
you're safe. You're hiding
Madden
behind
on
a
the
wall
Switch,
only to see that
I'm
ink jet
gonna
floating
go
on top of you
buy
with that
on
one
Xbox.
shot
Bro,
splat.
they
with
better
your
get it on the Switch, man.
Both these teams are getting set, as we mentioned. Those
I'm gonna
are
go
the
half with
change
my
their
nephew.
weapons, their
We
loadouts,
could
their
both play since we
apparel,
game
whatever
share.
they want to do is they get set.
Bro,
What we're really seeing too is the
bro, he didn't foul me.
because as we change
Oh my
maps
goodness.
and modes, very rarely are they staying with the same exact weapon through everything, and that's what's impressive is their ability to handle and master so many different
We
weapons.
got the big
and
man
play
take.
styles.
Go all the way,
One
Blackbeard.
thing that a lot of teams will do
They're
is
killing
they'll have
me,
a
bro.
player that does main a role. But within that role, you can't simply main one weapon. You have to be able to adjust to the different threats. Umbra,
Man,
great
I'm playing
example.
so horrible
That
right now.
first game went with that Splatling, knowing that they needed that long-range pressure.
Get good,
That
Obi.
Stingray
I am,
that
bro. I'm
saved them
trying.
that game. That second game,
Oh, I
seems
got
a
a
little
new
too
peer
slow for
last
this map.
night,
Let's
boy.
go to the Rapid Blaster. Let's allow a bomb rush to come in. Let's have that.
Oh, all the way,
next
Blackbeard. He's
that
on the
zone
floor.
tool. That last map, let's go with the Rapid Blaster
Trying to
Pro.
give y'all something.
Same principle, but a little bit more range.
Ay,
Knowing that
ay,
there's
ay.
that water gap
Oh,
there,
Raw be
that they
saying,
need to
ay,
be able
ay,
to stand
ay.
back a little bit more
Ay,
and
ay,
do
ay.
that mobile anchor. All of those are traditional mid to back lane roles, but none
But
of
I have
them
to tell
done
you, man, I'm not used to playing on this handheld.
Oh,
Are you
The left
setting up
stick,
those same roles?
it ain't the
Because
same, bro.
You've got a moving objective where the whole team has to advance into
Oh,
one
we got the
half
ball
of
back?
map into the opponent's territory.
Yeah.
You've got everything kind of congregated.
Hey,
in
Jammin', I'll play
those
with
two
you,
zones.
Jammin'.
Well, you still have that
I'm gonna
back
test
line,
my
front
new
line
peer
roll,
out.
or do things change for people?
It depends
Pure.
on the map, which I know is the cop-out answer here. But
That wasn't
on a
even
map
your
like
fault,
this,
Blackbeard. That dude
I
threw it
think
away.
a backliner does fit. Because Walleye Warehouse
can't
can be
take it.
very difficult to get back in on, having a backliner or a splatling specifically to be that long-range pressure.
Oh,
to
get
allow
that
the
outta
zone
here.
to move through
Goaltending.
is very
What?
critical, as well as having a
That
tell
ball
you,
was still going
because the
up,
enemy team
bro.
can set themselves up
Every
so
game
nicely,
he gets a
sometimes
goal.
you need that Stingray to get 1 or 2 picks, to send them back to spawn circle, to give you just a slight window to push your way in. And at that point, the
I
scramble
still
happens,
haven't played
and it's
all
every
the
split
modes
for
on Quick
themselves.
Camp Triggerfish
Take
yet.
a
Are you
look
kidding
at
me? I
what's
can't
gonna
even
be
pass
happening
it?
Here. You've got Set to Destroy versus Quantum. It's going to be our
Ooh.
first matchup in the winners round here.
Man.
And you're gonna
It's
be
time for the
Splat
2K
Zones,
draft.
Walleye Warehouse,
Man.
followed by Tower Control at the Reef.
Man.
Clam
Oh, Damien's
Blitz at
here.
the
What's
Yellow
time?
What's
Door.
up, David?
Back out.
And then, if necessary, Rainmaker and
What's
Pump
up?
Back, Pump Track, and Splat Zones at Kelp Dome a little
Oh
bit
no,
later.
Cosby's here.
So that
Everybody
is the
leave.
layout for these two squads.
I started.
Set to
I
Oh,
started.
take him. Take him.
Quantum, and we
Yeah,
want to
that was
talk
nice.
about with
Oh,
Splat
good
Zones.
shot.
You oftentimes have said,
Man,
leaders can
I need to
always
step my
win
game up,
playing
bro.
perfectly. And what does that mean if you're set to destroy?
I ain't got jamming on my
Because
Switch.
the enemy has to come
Come on,
to
dog.
you to get that zone. It's not one where you can move or go
Jamming
the wrong way. It's not one where everyone knows where that tower is going to be. The enemy has to come to the zone and
I'm
put
about to
their
say,
turf
bruh.
on the zone. If you play perfectly,
All
if you
the way,
identify
bro.
where the opponent is coming from, you don't have
Let's
to go
go.
to them. They have to come to you
Come
every
back.
single time. And that's why knockouts are very common on this mode. It's not a Rainmaker where you push in and the opponent's going to continue spawning and slow you down. It's not tower control.
Let's
where
go.
It's a nice, slow, gradual, please hit me target. It's one where if you play
come
right,
back,
it's a
come
very
back, tie
neutral
game.
And it's for that reason that community really, really loves Splat Zones. It's a very neutral and balanced mode.
And it's usually one of our faster modes as we've seen before because you can secure that zone and that timer quickly goes from 100 to 0 just like that. And so if you can really get the opposing team on their heels, time your specials up,
Good game, though.
extend
I feel like
not only
I'm
your control of the
floating,
zone,
bro.
but the turf outside of the zone into their territory, you're going to find yourself with a lot of success. So it sounds like we're getting ready to go. Splat Zones, Walleye Warehouse. First round between our winners bracket advancers, Set to Destroy X and Quantum. Let's go ahead and take a look at these loadouts and see who's rolling with what color here as we get going. On Walleye Warehouse, both teams already making their way to the zones in the middle. And it looks like you're going to have Set to Destroy in the blue, Quantum in the yellow.
Very similar compositions, but interesting to note, Set to Destroy X is going to be running that Splat
Bro,
and
these
a
dudes on
Rapid
fire.
Blaster, so a little bit more of a
Good
long-range
move,
composition. They're trusting Fuzzy and Ice as their
16-14.
frontliners to take care of business on the front.
Fuzzy hiding off to the side right there as we take a look at Set to Destroy. They've got the early advantage in this one, 90 to 98 as they secure that zone right now. 4-2 advantage on the field, and already Set to Destroy off to an early numbers advantage.
Cosby
trying to
hitting all
push
his
an advance
shots?
after securing that zone.
No way,
You saw
bro.
the jump back there. That was not an I'm about to get splatted jump back. That is everyone else on my team is coming from
Bro, I
spawn.
can't play in
Let's
handheld
jump
mode.
back. Let's regroup and
You can't.
try this.
cannot, bro.
And this is where it's scary.
The
You
controls,
see
man.
on the bottom of your screen, just watching this nice closed alleyway as you see this inkjet, the typical inkjet that we see so much from Quantum
good
come
pick,
out.
Blackbeard.
But they haven't stopped the zone yet as it
That was
continues to
shoot,
take
though.
back. And that was a splat on the
Oh, that was
inkjet, if I'm
Blackbeard.
not
It was
mistaken.
wide open.
Goodness gracious, fake JP.
We've been seeing some great inkjet play as we go ahead and see Quantum
I'm gonna do
seizing
one. I'm gonna do one more
control
match.
of the zone, adding a
After this
51-second penalty to Set to Destroy, and you see how impressive it was from
Oh,
Quantum.
come
Go ahead,
on,
time
man.
specials,
How
the bubble
long
blower
is
and
that
the
tournament
inkjet
on
that
for,
we take
dog?
I don't know.
and
It
the
seemed like it's
penalty
gonna be on
to
for a
Set to
minute.
Destroy.
They did add the penalty, but that's about all they
Save
got
the
in
world for
that
another season,
situation.
local
And it took them
22.
3 specials to
Yeah.
neutralize. And
Is
those
it on
bubbles
local
are
TV
almost
or streaming
gone
online
entirely.
somewhere?
Jex
It's
may be able to
streaming
get
on
the pop
Nintendo's
this
official
one.
YouTube.
They do have one
Oh,
side
okay.
of the zone. If that
Yeah.
bubble pops, they
I'm
should
gonna
take
do.
a
I'm gonna get
look
one more
at the
match in,
objective
dudes.
play here, knowing
We
how
gotta
much
shuffle
turf
teams.
they have to have on it
'Cause
to
I keep
keep it
losing.
from going the other way. This is execution.
Hex is doing a fine job right now. Continue to protect that half of the zone as we go
man.
ahead and
What's
see
my,
Set to Destroy. Regain.
Raw is on Splatoon. King Guri's on Just Dance 2018. King Guri, we caught you, bro.
On the field right now.
I think
All
we
this
got
is an
it.
inside
We saw
right
that,
now for Set to
Guri.
Destroy.
I saw that.
That
We
is-
see Quantum
that is
yet
not what
again
we got you a
recapturing
Switch
that
for.
zone and now trying to improve on that.
We're gonna go to the
This is
right.
best look they're gonna
Yeah,
have.
to the right.
Last time,
That's probably
the
his
reset
family.
was
I mean, to
a
the
defensive
left, right?
reset.
To
It
the
was enough
left.
to just put a little
It's
bit
all
of a
about
penalty
perspective.
on them. Now they have
Let's
a
go to the
4-down
left.
situation with all
All right,
the
I-
Inkjets coming out. Can they play the same level of defense? Fuzzy uses
All right,
a
I already
very
gave
creative Inkjet going
Blackbeard
as
2
high up as
losses.
you
I feel
possibly
bad for
can on
Blackbeard,
this
man.
map. And again, they're
hurry up,
go
hurry
at it
up.
right
I'm trying
here.
to, bro.
Nobody going down here, but the zone
that
continues
you?
to
I'm
take.
on.
That was what was
I'm on.
interesting. You saw the
can't
Inkjet
tell.
go
Y'all
after
look
the
like
other
twins,
Inkjet
huh?
rather
I
than
know,
the
bro.
zone right there, but here comes STDX.
Real
Go ahead,
Spike, get back
grabbing
on,
the
Real
zone right
Spike.
now. They have a
Back out,
27-49
back out,
advantage.
Why are we backing
They're
out?
trying to cut into their penalty right now. Both teams
got
with about a
squad.
30-second
Huh?
penalty as we approach the halfway mark. And a fake JP getting
Why did
spotted
we
right
back
there.
out?
27-49. As we
They
said,
have a
STDX
squad. They
4-3
get
advantage
priority.
on the field right now. They lose control.
Oh, Blackbeard's playing
and
with
again,
them.
they're
Blackbeard and
reseasoned.
Weezy's
They're
already
trying
playing
to
with
prove
them.
their score.
All right, let's just go on the other
And
court
that
then.
time you saw
That's what I was telling them to
it
back
wasn't
out.
that members of
It's all good.
Quantum were down. They still had 3 or 4
All right, let's
options
just
they
wait
lost
here
the
until
zone. It was
somebody else
because
ready
Set
up.
to Destroy X was doing a much better job, a more deliberate job of focusing on the zone and just continuing to paint
All right,
it
let
with
me
their
see.
main weapons. Going back the other way now.
Call of
but it
Duty
is
Black
still-
Ops 4 Fighters in
These
Monster Hunter
things
World should
happen
come to
from
the
time
Switch.
to time,
That would be
folks.
hype,
If you've ever
Barry
played
B.
Splatoon online, you know
Did you know that you can
drop
see their
connections.
animations
We'll go
from the
ahead.
other side of the
Our
court?
tech teams
I
first
probably
will
wouldn't
go and
double
make sure they
dip,
take
though.
care of
Oh, you
things.
can?
We took a quick little view in Inkopolis there.
I would.
But what we saw
would,
was STDX with the lead, but then you saw the double bubble blower
All
come out.
right, I was about to say, ain't nobody coming on.
Quantum, and they tried to use that to take advantage of the turf. They're able to seize control momentarily. However, STDX wasn't
Oh,
ready to
but
do
all
that.
these 90
And you
dudes.
saw both of those times, the double bubble blower. which
Jamming,
was
give me a
very
second,
difficult to
jamming.
say.
I'm
Say
making
that
my
3 times
coffee. Gotta
fast.
have my coffee.
And 2, a very deliberate choice by
Can't believe
them
you're not
to
watching
use
the
that to
Splat
take
Zones.
back the zone. Set
Oh, I
Destroy X
missed
doing a
it,
better
Pig
job
Fly. I wasn't
keeping
even
it
paying
with their
attention.
normal
I
weapons.
missed Splat Zones
A lot
on
of charging
Walleye.
right through there, getting
Oh.
side, sneaking somebody back around, using their 2
Playing
front
2K.
liners, that ends up as well as that.
All right, we got all
to
90.
kind of paint
I
right
can't
there
believe I
without
missed
the
it,
need
Pig
for
Fly.
their specials. And sometimes people
Somebody
don't
should have
use Splat
reminded
Zones as
me.
much of a deliberate objective because it's not as tangible as the Rapid Blaster. It's
No,
not,
that's all
or I'm
good.
sorry, as the Rainmaker. It's
I'll go
not
back
quite
and
as
watch the
painful
replay
as the tower or even the
while I'm
football
playing
on the
2K.
clams, but you do
All right, this is
need
gonna be
to
my
play
last
and
match
need
of
to pay
2K.
the attention it deserves.
And you saw STDX
Let's go.
really with a couple of wipes during that match, but for the most part, this wasn't a match where they took control of the zone, pushed deep into Quantum's territory.
Oh,
and
this is
then
gonna be a
really
tough
locked things
match.
down. Quantum did a fine job, and even though they got knocked back on their heels,
We're
a
playing
couple
against
times
3
during that
real
match,
spikes.
retaliating with some timed specials, and we saw
And
them go
Luke's.
back and forth.
One
for the
dude
most
has a
part.
crazy
And
record.
It's good that you pointed out that Set to Destroy X didn't push in too deep. They know
All
that
right, Obi,
Quantum
stay
is going
on
to
that
come
blue,
out
'cause he's
3 or 4
gonna-
of them together. Pushing in, being aggressive, that's a recipe for disaster. Even if you put 2
Oh, he
people
got
on 2
me right
guys,
from the
that's a
poke.
4v2.
These dudes
That's not
playing,
a good
bro.
look there for your team. So sit back a little bit, identify
you
where
had
the
an
threats
open
Get him,
are,
real.
and then use your mobile frontliners to pivot back around, or use Penguin, who's on the Rapid Blaster that time, to go and assist wherever the frontliners are and pick it off very methodically.
We saw a lot of inkjets and
About
barrel
real-
blowers taking place
God.
at Walleye Warehouse.
They do
What?
that all,
These
As we
dudes
said, our
training
tech team's
threes
gonna
on
go
us like
ahead
that?
and get this game reset
All
up
the
between
time.
Quantum, STDX. We'll let you know if there's any.
What's
improvements
up,
or
Pigs
if
Fly?
they change anything or if
I'm
things
supposed
go
to be
ahead
doing chores.
and re-rack things up.
I miss Walleye
But
Warehouse
look at the
Splat
ability of
Zones.
STDX.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, what? I have it on my TV, and I was watching you on my phone, and I'm like,
Oh.
Consistent in
They do
Man.
a game plan for every map,
Yeah.
especially with Splat
Oh, well.
Zones.
But
They get
you
to
can-
scrimmage
you
a
can
lot of
rewind
top
it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Japanese
gonna do.
teams because they've
I
been
can't
at the
believe
top
it.
so
I blame
long. There's a lot
Cosby.
of respect that goes
Okay,
Set to
it's
Destroy X.
Cosby's
So
fault.
they're able
I
to
knew
use
it.
that to really
Ah,
identify
dunk on
where
them,
the
real.
best maps and most
Dunk on
are.
these boys,
They
real.
don't enter a lot of tournaments. They don't do a lot of
Mm.
solo.
All right, I'm gonna
play
get back to this
because they
stuff. I
believe
just
that
want
the
to
All
tell
right.
y'all
best
have a
they
good
can get
day.
Okay.
is
Obi,
the
just
best.
3. Don't
Yeah,
fall on the
yeah,
ball.
I shouldn't have. I shouldn't
quality
have.
versus quantity with practice sometimes, and for a lot of
Ooh,
these
nice
teams,
block.
they aren't necessarily
Nice.
looking
Oh,
8, 9, 10
got
hours.
him.
They're looking for very focused, very
Let's
quality
go.
Let's go,
amounts
let's
of
go.
practice where they can really just
Solid fundamentals.
harken in on a lot of these skills and communication
Oh.
that they try to stress as a team.
And the quality versus quantity debate, that's one of that
Man,
spans
that was
all
a
sorts
little
of
bit my
competitive
fault.
endeavors. The 10,000-hour
My fault,
rule,
too.
how can you get good as fast as you can get? And it's really something that these teams have focused in on, especially in this last week. I know the teams
Good
were
one,
aware
Real.
of what
Oh.
maps they'd be playing on earlier this week. So they really had the opportunity
Watch the
to
blue,
hone
watch the
in
blue,
on
watch
what
the
it
blue.
is
Yeah,
they
I'm trying
wanted.
to.
You had people like Umbra picking up weapons they're
Say,
unfamiliar
you still
with
made that?
to go ahead and meet those challenges head on, and it's what the top teams can do.
And as we continue to take a look. Our tech team working on some things behind the scenes, trying to get things rolling. They're going to go ahead and get that lobby all set up once again. And I just want to get, again, from your perspective, what we saw from STDX on their way here that's going to make them such a big threat for today.
Well, when you can lose only one game over all those rounds,
good
it
shot,
shows that you
Spike.
know how to take turf back. And
Good
they've
shot, Real
demonstrated that
Spike.
against all sorts of teams.
Watch
The
those
biggest
blue
challenge
jersey.
that
Yeah, I'm
they
going
had,
to
they
him.
managed to come back up through losers bracket and still win. They are just so good at holding their position. And
Shoot, I'd rather let
perhaps more than any
give him
other
a
team,
2.
they hold their position. There's a big difference
I
between
should have.
being
I
out of
was
position,
tempted to
being
go in
threatened,
and
then
help
coming
him.
all the
I
way
didn't want
back
him
in
to
a
kick it
forward
out though.
trade. There's
Yeah, he
another,
was waiting
it's
on
a
you.
completely different story when you sit behind a box,
Get him,
behind
Real.
the wall,
Get
know
him, Real.
exactly how to dodge, and continue to hold that
Cosby
position
with the
to allow your
3.
teammate to run.
Ah!
It's a game of
Oh, we got the
inches,
reads. We got the
it's
reads.
seconds,
Again,
and
you got it.
X has demonstrated so far with that.
Way to
Go.
redeem it.
I wanna see
Let's
if we
go,
can take a
man.
look again at the 5 game modes and maps
best
we
stream
see
ever.
between Set to Destroy and Quantum as they get set for our first
Yeah,
winners
foul.
round
Foul.
right here. And
It's all good.
9, as you take a look at these,
Hey.
take us through once again sort of what we're going to
He's gonna try to do
each
big
map and
moves.
each
Stay at the
mode as we
3.
continue
Yeah.
to move forward.
Well, tower control
I have to
on
say
the
this,
Reef
man.
is the one that
This is
I'll
the
talk
first
about very
basketball
briefly.
game like I played a
Already
lot.
talked about Splat Zones. Again,
Good reads,
very
Cosby.
mobile. You're going to see blasters
Appreciate
come in
it.
and do their thing there, as well as Inkjets.
Well, it sounds like we got all of the pool balls re-racked and we're ready to go ahead and grab the cues and give this one another
get him, Real.
strike.
Get him, Real.
Let's do
Get him,
Splat
Real.
Zones while in the warehouse. And we're good before
Shake
hand.
and
let's
bake.
go ahead and pick it up. This time you're going to have Set
Dang
to
it.
Destroy in the green, Quantum in the purple.
Watch
10
the 3, watch
seconds.
the 3.
I tried.
Clearly no one's taking the zone.
Ah,
Let's
he
go ahead and
jumped.
see if either team
Got him,
can
got him,
early
got him,
advantage and
got him.
early zone lockdown. We go ahead and see Fuzzy
Man.
with Splat on Jax.
Fuzzy did the
All right, we just
exact
gotta
same
keep
thing as
scoring.
last time. Ran to the left and already took that one down. Out
bad,
for
Real
blood.
Spike. I ain't
This is
running.
almost exactly the same as the last game started. A 3-down situation with the last one jumping back to try to team back up. Hey, Set Destroy X says, hey, it worked the first time. Let's do it again.
STDX with the early lead in this one, 73
Oh,
to 100
wide
as you go
open,
ahead and
Cosby.
see Hexen with that stingray.
Come on.
Getting a splat on
That's
Jex
all
and
good.
a splat
Can't hit 'em
on
all.
Johnny right there. 4-2 advantage on the field
Can't hit
right
'em
now
all.
for Set to Destroy as they are looking very strong, very
Oh,
solid.
they got a
1
lead,
minute
they got
into
a
this
lead.
1-9.
And you look at it, and they still have 2 specials left. It took them 1 special to thrust that one aside. You see they still have this right on cue. We're seeing more Inkjet v Inkjet action here.
There you go,
as well
Cosby.
as the bomb
There you go,
rush coming
Cosby.
out of Penguin.
All right,
They're
one more
neutralized.
3. We got
Bubbles,
this.
the bubbles do explode,
Oh, watch
but
it.
they
He's
don't
gonna
get
try
the
to shoot
zone
it.
from
Ah.
This is
Nope.
vintage
No,
Set
no,
Destroy right
no.
here. They do lose control.
Good reads.
but
Let's
they're
go.
still
Let's go.
very
We got
much in
this.
control.
And that was critical by Set to Destroy
Oh, my
X
bad.
to make sure that
I
they
did the
didn't
same
lose
spot
the
you
zone
did,
over
Christ.
Inkjet and Bubble Blower combination. It looks like
Oh,
it's going to be
nice.
a clean knockout
No.
for Set to Destroy, but no, they lose
Ah.
control.
Ah.
Quantum, and
Come on,
Quantum
guys. Let's go.
tacking on a huge
gotta do
penalty.
it.
That's
We
like
gotta
being
beat all the
sent to your
90s.
room,
Yeah.
no
Watch 'em.
TV, no
Watch 'em.
phone, no dinner,
I'll-
as you have a
I'll give him a 2 if you want it.
75-second
Here, you can have
penalty
it.
as Quantum
No, don't
able
give it
to
to him.
stay alive.
All right,
And
all right.
now it's really not that
All
much
right,
of a
anybody's
deficit
game.
because it's
Give it to Real
essentially
Spike.
76%
I already
to
know it.
destroy.
Come on, Real.
Now it's
Come on.
72, threatening to continue
Don't
to push
disappoint
their
me, bro.
score.
And
Oh, he went for the 3.
Blower has fallen.
Oh! Good game. Ah! That's how you end it. That's how you
Maybe just
end
takes
it.
a little bit
Let's
more.
go.
Good
Let's
stuff,
Oh, you
dudes.
see Hexen up there.
Good
with
stuff,
that
dudes.
Heavy splatling right
They
there,
got
getting
beat with the
fine
dude with the
splat.
pink
And
cap.
now Set to Destroy X.
Thought it
They've
was
got a
up
huge
there.
penalty. They've got the zone. and
Kyler,
they're
you tripping me out with the
56
dances, bro.
seconds away
Hey,
from getting the
good
victory.
matches, dudes. All right, I'm gonna be headed
You
out.
see Penguin setting the
All
man
right,
right
bro.
now in the zone.
All right,
That's
I'm actually
gonna
gonna be
come
heading
in
out from
handy
the
here
stream
later.
too, man.
You see getting the
I can't watch all of it.
splat
This gonna
right
this gonna
there.
take forever,
It's
bro.
4-3 on
Yeah,
the
they
field.
talking.
Set to
They talking like
destroy.
that
They try to close
1995
this out.
Expo.
And right
I know,
now,
bro.
you're looking at the pressure. How far do you extend out of the zone 9, and how much do you have to stay back and make sure that you don't
All right, I'm heading out,
overextend?
dudes.
Well, Fuzzy
Off
went
for
to a
two-
position
off
that
for
many
2K.
people would call overextending,
Peace.
but
Hey,
as
Phil
you see
Spike,
here,
don't
the
go
Inkjet
nowhere.
was there
Keep
as well as
playing. Don't
knowing
go
the
nowhere.
support of the Stingray was coming up as well.
All right.
Pushed it back further,
Oh.
drained just enough.
All right,
time on the
dudes.
clock, and there you have it right
I'm
there.
gonna be
That's
heading
a fine
out.
lockout. Looks
I was
like it
playing the
took a
Switch,
double bubble
watching some
blower to
Switch.
take it back. They
Inception.
lost it immediately after that.
It's gonna be a
And that's vintage Set to
long
Destroy X.
tournament.
Right there, that's how you
Oh,
play
this
that.
last
Set
match
to
was
Destroy
Splat
X. They
Zones.
seized
I missed
control
it
of the zone
again.
early on in this one. They had
Let me
it
see what
all
the
way
next
down
mode
to
is. Before
1
I head out,
second,
let me see
but
what the next
Quantum
mode is.
Able to recapture the zone.
Abram said
courtesy of that
Nintendo's
double
E3 this
bubble
year will be
blower,
disappointing.
but
No, it
Set to
won't,
Destroy
bro.
X didn't really give up
No, it
too
won't,
much ground
bro.
for
It's
too
gonna be
long.
good,
They're able to
man.
Recapture the zone, finally extend.
Ah, they're
and
going to
close
tower
that one out.
control.
They take
All
the
right.
first game in our best of
All right,
5
dudes.
Matchup.
So you got to see see what the competition is sort of going to be like. E3 is going to be hype. I'll be back on later. I'll see you dudes later. Peace. We out. Sound off in comment section below. I want to know before you go, bro.
You look at the Reef with tower control. it's not really the biggest level. So that
Click
tower
that
is
subscribe
gonna be
button. Stay up to
relatively
date.
quickly when you
All
compare it to the
things
space and
now
size of this map.
turn
It
the
does, and
pace.
if you move off to that right side, right out of your spawn,
We
that
out.
alleyway, you're able to